G'day, 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 everybody. Welcome back to another night of VCS action. As always, I am Everyday. With me is my faithful casting partner, Yulwei. How are you tonight, man?
Oh, man, I was so excited for today. Yesterday was a little bit of a, man, I won't say a letdown because we anticipated nothing else, right?
Yeah.
But today is the day. Today we have the match of the week. We have another incredible first match before that, and I think today will definitely deliver. We
Yeah.
have so many ties to be broken today. Everyone coming in today is 2-1. Every single team coming into these two series tonight. And yeah, after today, one of those teams will tie, or two of those teams will tie Gum at the top, and two will look a little bit worse. So super exciting to finally break a lot of the ties in the standings.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the good thing, at least in terms of quality of game, is I think both series have fairly evenly matched teams. Yesterday, we saw there was a few mismatches,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Though I still think VGA put up a much better fight than anyone really expected, which is good for them. But today, I mean, EVOS versus now Team Secret, of course. Low key is gone, which is good. Pay your players. Um, Team Secret is now in. We have to assume it's the exact same lineup. There's been no announcement of anything else, and I don't know why it would change. They're fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, this first matchup is one of those middle of the pack clashes.
Yeah.
At least we expect both teams to be kind of playoff contenders, maybe not quite players, maybe scraping by fourth place or something. So those two teams are not our top contenders, but they also are not the bottom feeder teams. Very interesting teams kind of coming in with new lineups, new setups, especially EVOS coming in with Hero or TH now in the top lane, also reuniting Son and Parke, mid lane and jungle. So yeah, on the other side, Loki, the only team that or FTV as well, but the only good team that came in with the same set of 5 players, right? So
Well, not quite.
not quite okay
They
if you
brought in
count
Coated. I mean,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's a huge upgrade.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, and I mean I hope they keep playing Coated. It seems like Hani often comes in
Seems
for
like it.
game twos, particularly if they want to pick that set. I don't think that's a good idea. They should just try and have Coated as their permanent top laner.
So far, Hani
He's
has looked
actually
better
good.
though.
Hani has looked better, but he's on set. 10.2 set, still pretty
That's
broken.
true. That's
And
very true.
also not hard. Why I play.
So if we go lane by lane maybe, we have top lane Hero against Coated, very young players in the top lane. Hero is still 17, Coated coming into the league as the new top lane rookie. So top lane might be explosive. Maybe the teams want to put them on more tanky champs. We don't know. So if I'm looking at the players at the champs played, it's only carries for Coated, Camille, Aatrox, GP, and Jace. While TH or Hero, as he was known previously, has a little bit more diversity, but mostly carry focused as well. Vlad, Morde, Akali, Set, and Aatrox. So we might expect a very explosive top lane matchup. In the jungle, we have two of our best junglers, I'd say. Son so far looking amazing, maybe even like the best jungler so far in the split.
Yeah.
His J4 absolutely incredible. And on the other
We
side,
do
BNK
have
just a very
Champion
solid
Select
player.
coming in, so we
we do.
will be switching over to that just momentarily. Fortunately, it's very hard to talk and do production at the same time. So, but we are heading over now. The bans are coming in. Aurelia immediately being removed. Also worth noting. Okay, I just noticed something. Have you noticed it?
The Team Secret? No?
Yep.
Oh.
Do you want to see what's going on in Team Secret? Get their mid lane.
Whoa. What is going on there?
Hello, Team Secret.
Those are some secret strategies.
Yeah, this
Subbing in
is
the Lord Harney in the mid lane for your best player, nonetheless. That is a move. I'm not sure about how I feel about this one.
Yeah, I feel like you should have run your best possible lineup against EVOS, but they think the best possible lineup has both Coated and Harney on it. We'll have to see how that goes. But the bans, of course, looking fairly standard, honestly.
Yeah.
2 junglers being removed makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised to see a J4 first pick, and I wouldn't even hate it.
There it is. It's removed.
Oh,
So
it is. Yeah,
now everything points to Set first pick. Yep, and there we go. I think it's a good first pick, also picking it away from Hani. Maybe he wanted to play the Hani, the Set in the mid lane. I know you are not the biggest fan of Set Set first pick, I should say.
I mean, on this patch, he's broken.
Yeah, I think in this team matchup, I think it's warranted. But we forgot about Akali again.
How do teams keep leaving this pick open? And okay, you want to? I'm not a fan of the Set first pick, especially when Akali's open. I agree. Especially when Akali's open. That's kind of ridiculous. Wow. What a first rotation.
Yeah. This is incredible.
They've already won draft. They could.
They still have Hani on Syndra, so not sure about that.
It doesn't have to be. It could be Celebrity.
Could be.
But
still have to pick a champ for Hani. Not sure what you want to
put him on Ornn. Genuinely, put him on Ornn mid. Ornn mid is good.
It's also very interesting to see that both junglers' most picked champs are banned away from the opposing team. We have Olaf is DNK's by far most played champ, 4 games already on the Olaf. On the other side, we have 4 games on J4 for Sorn. So both junglers need to go to their tier 2 champs and show us what they can do on secondary champs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the Lovers duo being very quickly secured here for EVOS.
Your favorite first round.
Yeah, it is. That is the most aesthetically pleasing first round. Set, Xayah, Rakan. And the Thresh being picked up, that's the support that Secret presumably has highest priority on, which is interesting, especially because Aphelios is not pickable. I think Aphelios Thresh is great, but...
Yeah, I think Thresh indicates that Syndra might go bot lane, because this is a combo G2 used to use a lot, come Worlds and before Worlds as well. Syndra without the escape can be very difficult to play in the later stages of the game, usually fine in the laning phase, but yeah, the Thresh gives her the escape, gives her repositioning tools, so I kind of expect Celebrity Syndra now, also quite good into Xayah Rakan, I'd say, just to push out the lane and don't be bothered with longer trades.
Yep. I think that makes a lot of sense. I would like to see this Syndra go into the bot lane. Overall, I actually just think she's a bit better down there. It is player dependent. Hani Syndra sounds like... well, it's not necessarily something we want to see. Yep. I mean, I don't want to see Hani in this lineup, but here we go. Let's see.
They still need a little bit of AD damage. Team Secret needs...
They need an AD jungler, and I really like the bans of the Lee Sin and the Rek'Sai, but it could just be the Snap Pantheon jungle. Oh, it doesn't have to be jungle. It could be mid lane. It could be mid lane. I think it's mid lane. Yeah.
Also, DNK now has to show us a different jungler from all the junglers he's played so far in this split. Olaf, Gragas, Rek'Sai. Only 3 different champs in the jungle so far for DNK. All 3 are banned, so... Let's see what he goes back to. They have last pick jungle. Might be the Karthus.
I'd love to see it. Nope. Sejuani.
No. I mean for Team Secret.
Oh, for Team Secret.
I think they have too much AP damage to go for the Karthus here, so don't really expect it to happen. I'd like to see an AD jungler. Maybe. Actually, not sure what they can go for.
Yeah, there's a lot of AD junglers banned out. Kiana.
Oh yeah, that's a good choice.
Kiana's open.
That's a good choice.
That's definitely AD. And a lot of AD damage. So yeah.
Very much team fight draft for EVOS with a very strong front line, good engage as well, and then Xayah to clean up. Xayah and Orianna as their backline carries. Strong 2-3 item composition. Struggles a little bit in early team fights, I'd say, especially Orianna. If she goes GLP, she has a lot of control, but not a whole lot of damage. If she goes Ludens, she has okay damage in the mid game, but go GLP. On the other side, it's super explosive composition for Secret that falls off heavily in the late game. If you look at mid and bot lane, especially, Akali still scales fine. Kiana jungle, if she gets a few kills, scales okay as well. But mid and the bot lane definitely, and a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I completely agree. Why can you? I think this isn't quite draft related, but why do you think they've brought Harney in here? Putting him on Pantheon as well. When he was top lane, we often saw him going on safer picks. He played a few tanks, that sort of thing. And now he's on Pantheon, who only really has go buttons.
Yeah.
A little bit
But to be fair,
difficult.
Pantheon is not the hardest champ to play, right?
No.
So if you put in the hours in the Pantheon, they have him as a specialist, which I kind of like. The idea of having a specialist that plays only very few champs and comes in every now and then to play his master champs. It's not the worst. I'm quite confused he's coming in for Artifact, because Artifact for me is the main carry of the team.
Yeah.
Not so much this season, more last season, but he has gotten back to form a little bit as well. So yeah, I'm not sure about Hani. If the Pantheon is well practiced with DNK Kiana as well, he might just run away with the game. So
Potentially. We did see a very strong Pantheon yesterday, tier 1. Ended up going top lane as well.
yeah,
I mean, that was a very strange game, and I think he ended up like 14-1. So maybe Lord Harney can pull out a similar performance as we get into game.
there was something quite peculiar to me. The fan vote very much in favor of Team Secret. I'm a little bit confused by that. For
Maybe
me,
it's
he was
just
a
new
slight
name.
favorite in this matchup. If you look at the schedule so far, EVOS is a much higher quality of opponents. They beat Flash 2-1. Okay, they lost to Gum, but they also beat Adonis 2-0, while Loki beat Loki's only 2-0 is to FTV, which, okay, that's free. They lost 0-2 to DBL and only barely beat Cerberus 2-1. So if you just look at the schedule so far, I think EVOS has to be favored here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's actually a very slight favorite. That said, I'm confused by the fan vote with that swung. I almost think it's like, oh, new name in the league.
Maybe.
I'm a fan. Whatever. It's a
Cool
hard
logo
game to
as well.
call.
I'm a fan of the logo.
Yeah, I really like the logo. I like Team Secret in general. They're cool. Other games, but regardless, that's not relevant to this one, as we do see the early clear coming in. DNK taking a lot of damage from this red buff. Starting leashless as Kiana isn't fun.
No. And Kiana got nerfed a lot in the jungle, and there was the consensus that you can't jungle anymore, but that was quickly disproven by all the pro players. Yeah, it seems like Kiana is still fine in the jungle. Just lost a little bit of attack speed early on. You don't actually skill W until level 8, I think. So you get 1 point in it, but then the second point comes in level 8. So she definitely lost a little bit of clear speed, but it seems to not really deter her too much.
Yeah, honestly.
What do you think about the top lane matchup?
Top lane matchup?
Get your point now.
No, it's okay. The top lane matchup, I mean, one of the really interesting things is he's running Aftershock. Which is definitely very interesting. One thing we saw, you might have to remind me which player it was. I think might have been Kiaya. No, it wouldn't have been Kiaya. I can't remember who it was, but they ran the Grasp of the Undying in the top lane, and it was against an Akali, and it actually made the lane way easier than it should have been.
I think it was Kiaya, actually.
Was it Kiaya? Maybe.
Yeah, Kiaya and Yoshino. I think so.
I didn't think Garm would have let Akali through the draft, but it might have been Kiaya. He's a smart player. And I had doubts about that at first, because I just think Conqueror is so good on set. But he won the lane that I don't think you should ever win. That said, I don't think Aftershock does the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I was quite surprised by how much I liked Aftershock yesterday in LEC. I think Finn played it on the set. I'm not sure, but I don't remember the matchup. But he was very tanky in the team fights, and he was actually able to tank for a long time. So I quite like the Aftershock. I think in this matchup, there's a reason to go for it. It's more to scale into later stages of the game, because you can't ever stack up the Conqueror anyway against Akali. She can just disengage whenever she wants. So yeah, we'll have to go see how it goes, but I'm not too low on this.
DNK, you had to get over this wall. Yeah, they're just going to trap him in the pit, make sure they can get the crab. Yeah, I didn't see the LEC games yesterday. Unfortunately, they do start at 4 a.m. for me, so I haven't managed to catch up on everything.
Great. Meta. Oh man. Give us that 10-3 meta, please.
I'm
VCS.
totally down for that. I saw some very fun picks, including Singe.
Yep.
Regardless, I think the one problem I have with Aftershock, or not so much a problem as that's a good trade there for Hero. Not so much a problem as just a concern is it's worse for lane than Grasp.
Yeah, it is. For sure.
I can definitely immediately see your point that it'll be really good in the team fight to be able to survive for a very long time. But I will come back to this point as we have the Flash Facebreaker. Yeah. Can they stack up the Sejuani? They can, but no! He gets the Shroud down at just the right time, and Akali does Akali things, and out
it was perfectly played from TH and so on, or Hero and so on, and they both invested flashes. In the end, Kota just pressed W and got away.
Get this champion out of my game.
Get this champion, indeed.
Get it.
We can all agree on that.
Completely agree.
Akali.
Yeah, I mean, that said, even though the gank didn't work, and in the end, it's pretty bad failure because it's 2 flashes for 1. That was still well played, which is a good sign.
Yep, it was. Also, Son is still ahead in experience compared to DNK. He's 7 now almost 10 CS up, or more than 10 CS up on DNK, and he should definitely be able to maintain this experience lead till level 6, and then it's level 6 Sejuani against level 5 Qiyana. That is a big difference.
Absolutely huge difference. I hope Sorn does continue trying to influence the lanes. I know the first top lane gank was almost a gank of convenience. I don't think they want to play through this top lane. I think you just kind of leave Hero or TH. It's going to take me a while to stop calling him Hero. Especially because TH is a terrible name.
Hero is so much better.
Hero's a great name. But regardless, back onto the actual point. I don't think you need to play through this. He's gone straight into Spectre's Cowl. I think this is going to be a straight up tank set, which I think is great in the matchup. Obviously, I often rant about going Triforce. Don't do it in this matchup. Dear God. As he does get another E. One good thing about this is that if he hits the Facebreaker, it's very difficult for Kota to trade back onto him, as the suplex is responded by, it's an alt trade, is what I was getting at, and stumbled over my word, but an alt trade up there.
Actually a good situation now for Set.
Quality.
So Set now actually in a very comfortable position in the lane. He can kind of freeze the wave if he wants to. I don't really expect the full freeze. Maybe a little bit of a slow push, moving or setting up the slow push and then crashing the wave into the turret to get a favorable backport. But yeah, this trade actually very nice for him. And now Akali has to be a little bit careful of the regank. DNK is still not level 6, also super low on HP again. So he's struggling in this jungle. But now there's a gank coming in the bot lane.
The Grand Starfall has come in. This should be an easy one. Never mind.
B, you are great.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
That timing was very, very good. I thought there was going to be the instant W onto the Rakan, and then he was going to be in trouble, but nope.
Yeah, nicely done. He didn't even have to flash there. B just outplayed Hani completely, and he only used the basic ability to outplay one of the most impactful roaming ultimates in the game. So
what's quite funny is if you could look back and if DivKid had known exactly what was going to happen, he didn't have to flash or cleanse. And he could just walk away.
Yeah, that's true.
But he can't make that call. He doesn't know B is going to time that super well. But
he has not played with B for long enough to know that his support will just smurf on Hani.
I mean, doesn't everyone smurf on Hani? Just a little bit. Parquet coming over, just giving his jungler a hand. Totally wasn't trying to steal the camp before Thorn could walk over. But yeah, overall...
Also, I think we should talk a little bit about Sejuani, because Sejuani on this patch is actually one of those pro play picks that only comes back into the meta because she's good on the lives patch. Right? There is no reason to pick Sejuani on 10-2.
There was a lot of jungle bans.
That's true, but I think...
but that doesn't matter though. We've got the supreme display of talent into the shockwave. Sorn is caught and he burns down. Hani gets first blood.
Yeah, the ignite. And now the flash is not there for Divkid, but the counter engage.
Oh, but here we go. Divkid pulling the feathers in, but it's going to be the Syndra ult to pick it up. And oh no, in the space of just a few seconds, it's 1,000 gold lead for Team Secret.
Yeah, in the end, it's very easy to just press R, even if you CC.
Oh, they're coming forward here. They're looking for B, but I think they'll just zone him off so they can get some plates. NK is here. I don't think they're going to be able to find anything. But still, a lot of gold for this Syndra.
Yeah, very good start for Team Secret, even though the first gank in the bot lane didn't work. Now they try to force a fight again, and this time Divkid without any summoner spells. Kind of caught there, even though they were almost able to turn around the fight in the end. Celebrity found his R button, and then the skill check, right? It's just, you can't do a whole lot against that. Especially after Divkid had already used the Feather Storm, so no way of avoiding the very strong level 6 ult for Celebrity, and easy kill for the bot laner.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see, hopefully we get a replay of the setup for that little 2v2 in the jungle. We kind of cut to it right as the Kiana ult was being used. Yeah, Sorn looked very, very caught out there, and that has closed that experience gap that we were talking about in the jungle, which is really big. It's not just
that was actually a super crucial fight for DNK there. Because he was falling more and more behind, and with Kiana into Sejuani matchup, it's always easier to just scale on the Sejuani, get tanky, just stand there and take a few hits. But yeah, very good timing on the kill for Secret. Sorn called out, didn't even have the time to flash away. In the end now, it's a very even matchup in the jungle.
Yep, they are trying to pressure DNK here. It's a little bit risky as Venus is rotating. They're giving each other a little high five there in the bush.
Good blast cone.
It was a very nice blast cone usage. There should be blue buff secured. A lot of damage onto Divkid, but in the end, both teams will walk away. Not something we say often in the VCS.
Nope. This bot lane matchup right now is very rough for EVOS, because look at the itemization.
One up in the top lane, Coded taking a lot of damage, but manages to get away.
Too excited. There is nothing happening in this matchup ever.
Well, no. If he had not E'd straight out of there, he would have gotten suplexed. He actually could have done.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he still has ult and flash available, so I mean.
I just want to see Set succeed, and oh no, they might be a little bit trapped in the bush here. Rakan goes for the engage. That Kiana ult hits nothing, but it doesn't matter because B will go down to Celebrity regardless.
He's just as squishy.
Yep.
Yeah, so far Syndra definitely paying dividends here. She can just press R, and both very squishy Vestian champs die in the bot lane. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
great start for Secret. 2k gold ahead at 12 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that gold is funneled pretty much exactly where they want it. Hani got an early kill to make sure he was fine in his lane, though in typical Hani style, he's still somehow 20 CS. Not super unforgivable because it is the Orianna matchup. Regardless, though, and then another 2 kills onto Syndra, who is an absolute monster.
Yeah, Luden's completed against absolutely nothing on the side of Divkid.
This is going to go from bad to worse down in the bot lane, and I'm not 100% sure what Sorn can do. But if he ganks, I feel like at best you get a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's very hard for him to also get. It's very hard for him to get on top of the bot lane because there's Scatter the Weak, there's the Flay as well as the box. It's very hard to get through for Sorn. So. I don't think he can actually go for a lot of ganks at the bot lane. He should probably attack the global. You always want to attack the global, right? And Hani might be a good target for the next gank.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Pantheon, though, not the easiest to gank. That E does buy him a lot of time.
Especially with his itemization early on. Look at his boots, already going for tenacity there. MR very good against the 2v2 in the mid lane as well. Then he can just press his Yomus and run away faster. Oh, we might get a skirmish.
Blast coning over. The teleport is called. Set will arrive, and DNK just says, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have gone over that wall.
Yeah, good call. Because not worth it, in my opinion. We are past 40 minutes very soon, so not the highest value Rift Herald. And now they have just given up the first dragon if TS chooses to take it, but it seems like they want to go for more kills, which, okay.
It's a pretty low value Drake.
That's true.
Especially because
You still want to get the dragon rolling, especially with the early game composition. So
see, the thing is though, it's already 14 minutes and there's been zero
yeah, it's already a
dragons
little
taken.
late. Yeah, I
I
agree.
feel like Team Secret can't really be looking towards Seoul because the earliest it comes in is like 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
That's a very good point.
That's already very, very late. So I mean, they should. I still think they should just take it, which they are, because unfortunately
Yeah,
they're
there we go.
losing. They're going to lose their top lane tower. That is not first brick, so overall, not too bad, honestly.
No. Yeah, I like how Team Secret analyzed the situation and came up with a good path of play. They couldn't really do a whole lot against the top lane push there with the Rift Herald, so just take the bot lane turret first. I think they also funneled solo gold on top of Celebrity, which is very good for the mid game. Look at the gold lead; it's almost 2k just on the bot lane.
That's
The whole
honestly,
team lead.
yeah, literally the entire gold lead is in the pockets of Celebrity, but that's pretty much exactly where you want it. If you can't have it on a Carly, I guess, you'd like it on Celebrity. I think we may well see Celebrity playing it a bit chill until level 11. Once he's got that rank 2 ultimate, he's going to be an absolute monster, and I think they'll look for team fights, because they do need to close this out not super early. Their comp doesn't not scale, but I don't think they scale as well as EVOS.
No.
They definitely
Also,
want to be looking to end the game.
yeah, there's a few champs that scale well, especially the top side, right? There's Akali. Akali is great in the late game. Kiana jungle in pro play is pretty strong in the late game as well. But the
Ooh,
comp as a
Coated.
whole,
Coated could be caught out here.
W's
He
down.
is a Carly, but the ult is down, and Parquet will pick up a very, very easy kill.
Nicely done. Catching out the member that is the hardest to catch out. So great job from EVOS. But yeah, my point was, look at the composition. It's almost full melee for TS. So whenever EVOS gets to a point where they can withstand the first initial burst, nice redundancy, I'm sorry, but yeah, so whenever, especially DivKit can survive the first burst, they just can't win the team fight anymore because there's no way for them to continue fighting on even footing against two backline carries.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because this full melee comp could potentially get pretty hard countered by Set, especially with how tanky he's going to be. Can definitely suplex, say, Hani out. Make sure the backline is safe from the Pantheon. Should be able to carry it straight onto Celebrity. It's a pretty good team comp overall for team fights.
Yeah. Oh, the engage.
Ooh, wow, they're going straight in here, but Lantern's pretty good.
Yeah, nicely done. Also, very good awareness for Celebrity to instantly cast the Scatter of the Week in Parker's direction. Parker actually lost half his HP to the bot lane Syndra.
Oh, but here is the Xayah ult. Lovely little flash div, kid. That's what we like to see. It's why he picked Xayah, even in this meta. They're trying to stack up the Sejuani, but they haven't quite got the start onto Venus. And here comes the collapse. The supreme display of talent is atrocious. Not talented at all, but it doesn't matter because Akali is here. Coated will pick up the kill onto B.
Poor B. He didn't deserve to die there.
He didn't. He got Akali.
That's just Akali.
Yeah.
Well, so far DNK not really on top of his game on this jungler. We have not seen him on before.
This has been quite the unimpressive Kiana performance. So he's got 3 assists as Hani's backing himself here because he does have a team comp coming. I think what we need to see from Hero here is backstep and ride Hani out or just flash. Okay.
Yeah, he needed to flash the hook there. I think he wanted to preserve the flash, but with the hook coming in, he needed to flash there. So good decision there. He's struggling in the Hani matchup because he is only built towards MR. Let's look at the DivKit kill again. Nicely done. Good. This time he had time. Yeah, this time he had time to cast the ult to counter the Syndra ult. That's a big problem for Syndra later on as well. So another problem, even the one ranged champs will struggle to kill the backline. Oh.
Absolutely, and that was
not
live.
In this case, though.
Thought we were still getting a bit of a replay there, as Parquet just kind of randomly dies in the top lane.
Yeah, he ran it down top lane. He just overextended for minions. That was just pure greed. Parquet knows. It was not necessary. Also, look at TH's build.
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on that one. He is going Triforce. I don't like it, and it hurts me to say that because I love Triforce on set, but you're playing Aftershock. You're clearly just going tank set. Why are you picking up a Triforce?
I actually think Finn went Triforce yesterday as well when he
Really?
played up. Yeah, interestingly enough. But I think it's probably more for the sideline matchup, right? Because he knows the full tank set can't win against Akali. Maybe Triforce set with Aftershock can. I'm not sure. Doesn't really look to me like he could, but maybe.
I mean, I think Set can absolutely outduel Pantheon over a long fight. Because,
Maybe.
I mean, Set has some really, really consistent damage. And on 10-2, because how ridiculous his health regen is, you not only does Haymaker give you a massive shield, it also gives you time to let your health regen. But that's not important right now, as we do have a dragon fight. Who's going to get the smite? It will be DNK, as another supreme display of talent comes in. Only stuns Parquet, but he's in the back. DNK should be going down. The flail will catch him as the Infernal
no
Rift.
way for a Secret to re-engage here, as we said before. Very hard for the team composition to actually fight into the enemy team. Even though EVOS lost the dragon, not the worst for them. They still got the kill and might actually get a lot of standing gold here with the mid lane turret.
Yeah, I don't think they can quite take
from
it
Celebrity. Down. Yeah, too much. Still a kill on DNK. Once again, DNK's a supreme display of talent. Not really supreme. It was a display, not even a display of talent, just a display.
Well, no, it's displaying DNK's talent on Kiana.
I guess
there's just not much there. But yeah, again, Celebrity with the wave clear. Not going to quite be enough this time, I don't think. They should be able to walk in, get the last auto, and they do. Could potentially go for the chase, but here comes Harney. Gets instantly suplexed there, but it's not going to matter. Didn't really ride him far enough. As the one kill onto Parquet happens pretty much instantly. Really good grand dive. Great man dive.
Once again, EVOS is overextending. That's a little bit sad to see, because EVOS is, so far has actually looked quite good in this game, even though they fell behind in the early game. Their team decision-making was solid, I'd say, but now they lose 2 turrets off of one very bad call to overextend in the mid lane, even though they saw the wave here.
He's Pantheon, puts up that shield.
Tanky.
Yep,
so
does it? Well, I mean, he just put the shield up. It didn't take any damage, and then just rode the Dark Passage out.
Yeah, Divkid with the hero disengaged there, by the way, on the last team fight. He landed a crucial blade caller, it is, right?
Yep, blade
to snare everyone and kind of stop the re-engage for the secrets. Only one went down. We also saw the shockwave initiated, but it actually got cancelled by Parker dying. So it looked like he missed the shockwave, which would have been weird because 3 people were standing on top of the ball. But yeah, he just died, which cancels out the animation of the shockwave and the cast as well. It's not quite Syndra, where Syndra's corpse can still shoot all the spheres. Yeah, that's not the case.
A little bit different. I think it's probably I think the interaction is probably because the ball despawns as soon as she.
Yeah.
Makes sense. While Syndra Orbs doesn't. Still not a great situation overall. I have to say. But never mind. I'll come back to it, as Sorn has gotten a catch there. Another supreme display of talent. Doesn't do much. And that's a free kill onto Venus. They just overextended into the jungle.
Yep, another good pick for EVOS. We've seen this pattern a lot in the VCS, actually. I'd say even more so with... which team was I thinking about? It doesn't matter. But there are some teams that fall behind in the early game, but then make very intelligent pick plays. For all the viewers that watch the LEC, this is a pattern Matt Lyons also does a lot. They fall behind in the early game, then play through strong picks in the mid game to get back into good position in terms of gold. And the same happens here for EVOS. They are still almost 2k gold down, but looking at the scaling of the comp, that's not a big problem.
Yeah, absolutely. As long as they can continue getting these picks and continue going. One thing, what I was going to say before we had that little fight breakout is, look, credit where credit's due, because we flame him a lot. Harney's looked really good this game.
Yeah.
His positioning's been great. I mean, he's only 1-0-1, which is fine, But he's come in with the man drops at the right time. He's been in the right place. Overall, just a pretty good game out of Hani. Still not sure why he's in the mid lane, but not looking like too
I
much
also
of a
want to
mistake.
honor the whole EVOS team for their item choices. Great itemization choices all around. I like the first GLP, of course, I do. Then I really love DivKid's itemization, even though I've criticized DivKid a lot this season already for itemization choices. This time around, perfect. This is the best build you can go for with Lethal Tempo Zaya, in my opinion. On the other side, Celebrity, second item Morelos.
So
Yeah.
So
we know
can you
about
do
that.
can you do me a favor? So he's built a Morelos, and he's a professional player, so he knows that you're essentially just paying a bunch of gold for the passive. So he's obviously
Does he?
right. So could you tell me who's actually healing on Evos's side?
Yeah,
Because I'm a play-by-play caster, and maybe I just can't see it.
come on, you're the set expert. It's the set healing, right? The
Yeah,
regeneration. You have
totally.
to stop that. Dude,
Yeah.
it's too broken.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, LS absolutely molding. Can you imagine LS watching the VC? He'd die. He'd die.
Yeah,
But we
probably.
do have the Infernal Drake set up here. Seeing if anything get done. Secret would absolutely love this. Put themselves on Soul Point. Earlier on, we did
Absolutely.
say that Soul wouldn't be relevant, but they've been very, very good at getting these dragons not long after spawn.
Yeah, it's quite important for Swan to steal this one. I think they don't want to take the fight here. They just want to steal the. Oh, I might be wrong. EVOS reinforces.
This is a VCS team. They don't say the words they don't want to take the fight.
Honestly, they could fight here. They're on good item points. Even though they're still behind the gold, it's not actually that much.
Dragon is getting very frustrated, but here comes the engage. Pantheon goes across the whole team. DivKid's had to use that ult already in the back line.
Oh, look at the hero.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorn in the middle of the enemy team as well, doing so much, but Dragon will be secured, and it's actually only one going down. DNK being a bit careful there to poke that bear. Absolutely a good trade. But we could have a situation where EVOS has the inside track on mid lane. No, not in the end. But yeah,
and I really want to see a replay of that, because that was some exquisite Rakan play to save his ADC there. DivKid with horrible positioning, just completely caught out by the Starfall, but then his Rakan just went to his rescue, stopped all the engage from Hani. Hani even tried to flash on top of DivKid to lock down the kill, but then the charm and the knockup came in. Let's look at this again. Focus your eyes on B here and on Hani. So look at this. DivKid is caught completely. He uses his ult. Now, there we go. B. Perfect positioning. Perfect timing as well. Great Rakan awareness in play. I'm super impressed with B this game.
Yeah, absolutely. That said, on the other side of that little exchange that we're sort of focusing on, Hani pulled so much aggro there that there was no chance to contest the Drake. He had 3 people on him.
That was one of the Hani deaths we can definitely excuse. That was a good call for the team.
Yeah, like obviously it would have been much, much better if he'd managed to kill DivKid, but in the end, it didn't really impact the fight, because DivKid didn't do anything anyway.
And they got the summoner spells for DivKid anyway, so
exactly.
It's only really 300 gold lost. Everything else you came for, you got. You got the dragon, you got the summoner spells for the enemy ADC. So now, next fight should be easy. And the summoner spells should be back up for the next dragon, right? It's exactly 5 minutes, so if they delay enough, it should be back up.
Yeah, and it will be Soul Point, so it's going to be a pretty important one, and oh my word, I look away for a second, and Venus is dead.
Not sure what Venus was thinking there. Hey, let's engage on Rakan. Yeah, no, don't.
Don't do that.
I mean,
I as I said, I looked away for about 2 seconds to deal with my screaming bird. So, yeah, don't do that in the VCS.
Rakan is just very happy to see very good defensive Rakan play, which is something we actually don't talk about a lot. Most of the time, the impressive Rakan games are the engages, right? But let's look at the Baron, 5k HP.
Exactly, it's going down very quickly here. Hani is looking for a way in. Celebrity setting up, but they're going to turn for the fight. Ooh, the shockwave only hits Pantheon, but the Supreme Display of Talent doesn't even make impact with the wall. Coded is doing Akali things. There's the suplex, though, doing really, really well. So much damage. DivKid is firing up, and here we go. It's all going well for EVOS. Coded has already used the execute, so won't be able to get anything. They do stop the Baron, but they lose 2 for it.
That was another very interesting fight approach from EVOS. I'm very fascinated with team fights this game because they have to kind of think about what they want to do in these team fights on the fly because it's a very unusual team composition for Secret. And this time they try to catch Hani, but that's actually not a good play. Looking at Hani's defensive capabilities, he just pressed E and no one dealt any damage to him. They threw the shockwave and a lot of the damage from Divkid into Hani, and nothing happened. So probably not the greatest approach for the next fight again. This time also B was immediately focused on by Coated. Coated used his ult and flash though, so next fight, no flash for him.
Yep,
Look at
absolutely.
this again. So Hani gets caught here. Stopward, yeah, the shockwave only on one target that has E available, not the greatest choice. Son super tanky, gets to delay the fight forever. Coated kind of out of the fight, but Divkid has to be super careful here. Once again gets stunned. Good Syndra play for Celebrity, and good Pantheon turnaround as well. Divkid, a little bit of a panic ult, but in the end, does not go down to Coated.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah. EVOS kind of lucky it went as well as it did after sort of the travesty of the start of the fight. They do
Divkid has to step up his team fighting a little bit. Parky as well. I think the two carries are actually not performing too great for EVOS. But luckily for them, they have a super strong support playing on top of his game. And also
so harsh to Divkid. You are the only caster on the planet that would look at a Xayah that is 5-1 and go, he's got to step up his play. You're right. I know what your logic is, and I agree. But my God, man, let him have his KDA.
Too many perks Xayah games, I guess. Xayah is...
That's an unfair metric. The Supreme Display of Talent hits a wall this time. Well done. But B, he's bought so much time. Oh, I don't know about that suplex there. I don't know, Hero. That probably wasn't necessary. Aftershock making him so tanky, though. Venus hits a long-range hook and manages to go in. Parquet's in a lot of trouble, but he manages to survive. He goes into the stopwatch. So much damage being done by Divkid, but Hani has arrived. Our Lord and Savior is here as Divkid, Hero will be cleaned up, and a fight that did not need to be engaged means 4 Baron buffs are lost, and they're hunting down the Sejuani.
So I was calling out Divkid. Okay, Divkid needs to step up a little bit, but this fight was okay. But please, Parky, stop using single target ultimate. That's so bad. So no smite, so should go over to Secret easily.
They should just be able to kill him before they...
Oh, Celebrity has no mana, though. Oh, that's interesting. So Son is able to stop this dragon single-handedly, and now B is here to reinforce as well. Secret honestly should just rush down to the dragon again. Divkid has flash available, though. Parquet does not. And Parquet, please, stop with these sombreros.
Yeah, this is not great here. I want the big mistake. Honestly, the big mistake here, though, is Hero. Look at Hero going over this wall.
Yeah, but stopwatch, not stopwatch. The shockwave not hitting anyone is very bad for you. Imagine in this position with a shockwave still available, they could just completely disengage the fight and kill all these squishy melee champs like DNK here.
Yeah,
he still goes down to the late caller instantly. Also, like how Hani just slides through everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it does damage.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think it's a good use. But we are back to live here. Venus has been caught. The Rakan ult used as well. Supreme Display of Talent used fairly defensively.
DNK is not in the pit.
Yeah, he's not, but he can hop back over. Coded low, but he's Akali. He'll get away. DNK is back in the pit now. Sorn's a little bit distracted here. Sorn! And that's Soul secured. Sorn was looking for Coded. And now the fight might turn. The shield is up in time to block the Haymaker. And oh no, EVOS, you've lost Soul, you've lost a lot of kills. Hani probably could have angled that one better, but it's okay.
Yeah,
that's
so now
a huge win for Secret.
Soul against scaling. That's super interesting to look at, because if you look at the gold, it's super even. And now it's can Infernal Soul give Secret enough damage to overcome the scaling disadvantage?
Yeah. I mean, I think we figured it out. DNK is playing PvE Kiana. He doesn't want to hurt people. He just wants to secure every dragon.
Might actually give his team the victory, right? So
yeah, perhaps.
Fair enough.
While we do have a momentary lull, I have been informed that the reason Hani is in mid lane is Artifact is actually quite sick. But we will go into this replay. Looks like a good start here for EVOS.
Yeah, absolutely. They start off the fight with a kill, but Hani the Supreme Display of Talent actually hit Parker there. Yeah, and Hani with the easy follow-up, 590 crit on the Pantheon passive or whatever crits with Pantheon. And now Hani, look at Hani, he's just so tanky. He's full aggro in the build, but he still tanks forever. Haymaker, no problem for the shield of Pantheon, and he's still alive, still has his ult.
Yeah, Hani played that super well. Sentences we don't hear much in the VCS, but we should probably stop flaming him because so far he's looking very good.
This season,
Yeah.
he's fine. He's not great in lane. He's still not a good laner. If you look at his laning stats, the 2 set games, he was a very strong laner most of the time. He's still down 10 CS on average at 15 minutes. This game he was down 20 CS, so definitely not the greatest farmer. But as long as he can still make plays for his team, who cares, right?
So I have another question for you because again, I'm just a play-by-play caster. My brain's pretty small. My IQ. Oh, never mind though, because here's my element. As Hani has been caught out just as we sing his praises, he has been brought low, and now there's a strong inside track here for EVOS. They should be able to get this tower easily. Could potentially get a little bit of damage onto the inhib tower, but I don't think they have the wave for it. Regardless, it's a good little play.
Looking at the team composition, it's super hard to defend for Secret.
Yeah,
they don't have anyone who can clear the waves.
They will get the inhib tower as well. Secret needs to find a way in, or they might just lose this inhib for free. DNK's lurking in the back, but it's just the inhib gone. Ooh, B is just going to die. Okay, didn't need to lose that. DNK hits a really good supreme display of talent. The suplex, no, he brought him out of the sombrero there. That's not great, but it's a double kill for Celebrity. But 3 go down for Secret.
Request a compilation of all Parke's ult in this game. I'm not sure he hit one good ult there.
If EVOS end up losing this game, can the YouTube thumbnail be Parke with a big sombrero on? Because
or just a very zoomed in picture of the sombrero happening and no one being.
Yeah, that would definitely help. But I actually don't think that one was entirely his fault. It looked like it was going to hit someone and Hero suplex them. I'd have to see the replay because it was very quick, but I think that's what happened. So it's not entirely Parke's fault, but it was still going to be a one-man shockwave.
Yeah, once again.
Not ideal.
And why is there Morellas in his inventory?
See, that's what I was going to get to when I was talking about my IQ, because obviously I'm not an analyst. Maybe I just don't understand, but I don't really see any big heals on the side of Secret, honestly.
No, there are none. I mean,
weird.
Coated heals for a little bit, but
yeah, I mean, would you pay, what is it? I think it's 800 gold, just to stop the Akali Q healing? I mean, that makes sense, right? Akali's overpowered, and that's definitely what makes her overpowered. So I guess.
I mean, he's not hitting any shockwaves anyway, so Rabadons wouldn't actually do anything here.
I mean, I think Leandre is.
You should actually go for Nashers just to have the auto attack in his face.
Just go AD.
go for the PoE build.
Just pivot to going AD. Sell your items, go IE, Essence Reaver. You're not hitting abilities, so just auto attack them. We do have the brewings of a fight here, as EVOS is in this mid lane. Do not have all their players.
Very good positioning. I mean, mid lane is just slowly walking in. No one can defend for Secret because EVOS was just pressuring the mid lane. Nicely done. Now they've inside track to Baron, but there's a good vision control for the Secret so far. So it will take EVOS a long time to clear out all the vision, which gives Secret enough time to push back in the mid lane and get to more neutral position.
Yeah, we have had a little bit of the VARAM, the Vietnamese ARAM, and here comes the teleport on the flank. This is going to be absolutely huge. He can pick whoever he wants if he can get in. The Gargoyles has been popped. How is this failing again? Huge scat of the week, and Hani is coming down, doing so much damage across the team. Suplex is used. Coded is in the Zonyas, but he's still Akali. He's going to do Akali things. Hani cleaned up, but in the other side of the fight, Parke and Sorn doing as much as they can, and no one can block onto Coded. They're trying to kill this Akali, but they can't. We go to the picture-in-picture or something. Coded is not. Oh, he finally goes down. But look how much aggro Coded pulled.
Yeah, incredible. Also, so hard to kill him there. Once again, the shockwave did not land on anyone.
Yeah, Parke's having a real claim.
Imagine how easy this game would have been for EVOS if any of those shockwaves in the teamfights would have hit. It's incredible.
He's definitely aiming for the LVP. This is going to be Elder here for EVOS, though. It seems like Secret just doesn't have the ability to contest it. It's only now going to be spotted, and it's too late. The strongest buff in the game is picked up. Can they get away? You definitely don't. And here comes the suplex. DNK does go into stopwatch.
Don't stand at the
You
wall.
need to be very, very careful here, boys. DivKid goes down, and the stopwatch hit someone. And there's the big dragon execute coming in. Very well done there for Parquet. And the Elder Dragon buff means they get a 2-for-1.
Good to see. Yeah, DivKid still not sure what he did there, but
he didn't
whatever.
He didn't have his ult.
Yeah, Evo still gets away with more kills. I'm not sure why Secret tried to re-engage there after the enemy team already secured the Elder Dragon. Not the brightest call ever, but now at least they got DivKid out. So not sure if they have the damage to take. Oh, it looks like they have the damage. So
Triforce set. He punches that.
Yeah, true. It's also
here comes the engage here. The Rakan going in. Coded. They actually lock him down this time, and he doesn't take 2 years to kill. But they might have bought just enough time. B does have to be very careful. There is still the supreme display of talent. Very, very careful.
The turret in the top lane
coming in.
So DNK still has the supreme display, as I said, and that's very dangerous in the Baron pit. You have to kind of stay on top of Baron to not get hit, and then Baron might just randomly do one of his weird abilities and knock you
but look at the damage here from Celebrity into the supreme display of talent, into the Baron steal. The suplex on Hani is doing as much as it can, but Hani is merely the consolation prize. He holds his hands up and says, "Take me, for your team is already dead."
Give me more. This game is so great.
This is incredible. Absolutely.
And we are still complete dead even in gold. Look at the gold total.
Oh, man, my word.
Great steal. Great steal from DNK, redeeming himself a little bit questionable performance so far on Kiana. But yeah, hitting the supreme display of talent in the Baron pit is probably one of the easiest things to do. But then great Baron steal as well. A little bit random, but still, let's give credit to him. And he's almost level 18. Very strong Kiana as well.
I mean, speaking of strength, have a look at this Syndra. This is a full build Celebrity here. He's absolutely one-shotting. And this is one of the better games we've had this split. As we see the start of this fight.
Look at the damage from DNK. And Celebrity, of course.
Yeah. And we see the power of Kiana in the Baron pit. Hani probably didn't need to go in, but they can nail our Lord to the cross all they like. He has already redeemed our sins. He will rise again in about 45 seconds. That's about what the death time is.
Easter's early this year. It's still a big problem for TS to ever fight 5v5. Especially if Parquet finally finds his R button at the right time. They were already winning the team fights without Shockwave, and now he has Rabadon. So if a Shockwave ever hits on Celebrity, he just instantly dies. So I can't see TS winning team fights actually, but they are
they're doing it anyway.
On to this game. Yeah, they're holding on to this game. They are really trying to get this victory, even though we're 42 minutes in. And the scaling is so much in EVOS's favor.
Look how tanky B is for a second.
Yeah,
that is a big boy Rakan. Again, you're completely right. Your analysis is just so correct. Team Secret should not be having a chance in these fights. But they have Baron buff because they won the fight. Yep. This is coming down. They
stole the Baron, I guess.
Well, they got it.
Yeah.
And they were on the way to winning the
still
fight.
Died, though.
Yeah. But still, getting the
DivKid with a very defensive itemization. This is double defensive in favor of not going for 100% crit. I'm not the biggest fan. Maybe they don't need his damage, but yeah, I really like 100% crit on Xayah especially.
Yeah, I agree. Coated has honestly been presenting an absolutely massive problem here for EVOS. Who knew? Akali on 10-2 causing problems. But here comes the suplex, hitting a lot of people with the slow. Yep, he was gargoyled, so it didn't do a huge amount of damage. And so trying to find anything else. He's bound up in the back line. Once again, we get a nice little sombrero. The hula hoop comes out, does do 0 damage. Hani very low, as is Celebrity. Secret needs to find their way out. DivKid can just charge forward. Blade Caller actually does nothing there. I think he got lost in the source of his feathers. DNK now on the side. Coded is looking for a re-engage.
Coded is so annoying to deal with for EVS.
They're calling in the set TP just to be safe. He's running out with the home guards, but I don't think he will find anything. No flash. He can't get on top of Celebrity. I think he's going for
one more kill would be free and Elder Dragon. They want to chase for one more kill.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to.
It's still risky right now.
I think they're going to charge up and try and take the inhib. This is risky. They're split.
It's very risky. Parky has no teleport available. Parky is completely separated from his team.
Yeah.
And it's only the support missing, but Hani is still super low on HP, so he has to backport there. So yeah, good immediate shot calling for EVOS to get the kind of free inhibitor there, because Secret was not able to fight with Hani on 200 HP. Nicely done. A little bit more pressure, but that said, 45 minutes in, mid lane inhibitor doesn't do anything. You can clear out the waste forever.
It's true, but with the minion wave pushed the way it is, someone will have to go deal with that at some point, but the Elder Dragon is started. This is going to be another team fight. Look at Hero on the side! Going in, he's on top of Celebrity immediately, but there's so much peel. The Dark Passage is absolutely incredible. Coated into the stopwatch. DivKid is in a lot of trouble here. Can they find anything, or is Hani going to clean it up? There's the Xayah ult, gets the Blade Caller, but DNK cleans him up. EVOS on their last legs here. They have no health bars. You have no health. Run away, poor lady. Get out of there. Charges over the wall. Secret should be able to fall back to Elder Drake.
So Parker just backported real quickly, and now he has teleport available.
Dangerous teleport, because here comes Coded. He's back. He's going to go in on that E. This is an Akali with Infernal Soul. Redemption coming down. Should stabilize the fight. Coded nearly goes down.
Almost Shockwave available for Parker. That doesn't really mean a whole and maybe he's finally able to hit.
Yeah, it's another Shockwave. God, imagine if he'd been hitting Shockwave. I'm almost glad that he's not, though, because this game is an absolute slobber knocker. I'm absolutely loving it. DNK gets a very good engage there on the back. Oh my god, he's hit the big Shockwave onto 2, but it doesn't matter so far. DNK does start us off in the kills. B wants a chance to re-engage, but Hero will just die. Without DivKid, they just didn't have the damage, and we're going to have the second Elder. We've never had 2 Elders spawn in a VCS game.
No.
B, I know what you're thinking. B, your Q does about 100 damage. You're not beating a smite. Didn't go for it.
Okay, good thing you didn't go over the wall. That's not worth it. Okay, so second Elder Dragon of the game over to Secret. Each Elder Dragon 1 each, Baron 1 each, I think. So very even game. But now Secret definitely has 3 minutes time to close out the game. It's their best shot at winning this game.
I mean, it's interesting because you went through your objectives. I noticed you missed one. That's an Infernal Soul.
Yeah, of course.
It's a pretty big deal.
I would actually really like to see numbers on Infernal Soul this game to see how much impact the Infernal Soul had.
Well, Secret has started up the Baron here, and I don't think this can be contested.
No.
Not against a burst team with Elder Dragon buff.
Also, TH was still dead when they started the Baron. No teleport available. Would have been a 4v5.
Doesn't help.
It's too risky.
Very, very true.
So 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on Dragon. 3 minutes left on Baron for Secret. They have a lot of time to push in waves and force the last team fight. They can dive with this setup. Hani's tanky. Hani has his E and also the GA available. So I would really like to see just a brute force engage around the mid lane inhibitor. I don't think it will get any better for them in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. If they can't win during this Elder buff, they're going to struggle to win ever. Could this game go to 3 Elder Dragons? Has that happened anywhere?
Yeah, I think there was one 4 Elder Dragon game in the NALCS between Immortals and TSM. Yeah.
I'm surprised they remember there's a dragon pit. That's not mid lane. But here comes this push. This will be Secret on the death march. DNK on the flank. They know he's there, but they can't do much about him. EVOS, do they go for the fight or do they give up the inhib? Like they're just going for the wave clear for now.
Yeah.
Which they do have the advantage in, but that's only going to last so long.
So, Parke, it's your time to shine. Can you hit the shockwave here
It's going to be so
to
crucial.
turn the push, to turn the game around?
2 cannons left to be cleared. DNK pushing in the bot wave. We come back. Still 1 more cannon that does finally go down.
30 seconds. 1 more wave with Elder Dragon. The last chance to dive with Elder next wave. So now is when Secret has to decide on what to do. Because if they don't dive with Elder here,
they've got to go.
Not sure.
This tower's going to go down. It doesn't have to be a dive now.
Yeah, EVOS doesn't.
Oh, Sword wants to make it happen, though.
Engage.
This is a little bit dangerous. There's still 10 seconds on the Elder Dragon buff. Divkid throws a big Xayah out. Xayah ult out. Does a lot of damage. Hani in the back line. No, he can't. He can't get the execute. Oh, my word. And he goes down. Elder has expired. And a big team fight win for EVOS. They don't even lose the inhib. Just charge.
This should be it, actually.
They don't have the wave, though.
That's true. And DNK wants to clear the wave with hiding there in the enemy jungle. Still 4 people alive. They seem to be very... Okay, they're super scared. Venus, what are you doing
Venus is very, very caught out. He goes down. That's another 70-second death timer. Don't think they're going to be able to finish.
So, he delayed... he further delayed the wave, which can be worth it in the end.
I think it actually is.
The Marin play.
Going to be very close.
20 seconds.
They've got to take the inhib. I don't think they have time. They'll get the inhib for sure, obviously.
Yeah, inhib and nothing else.
But yeah, you can already see what their call is because Hero's top. They're going to go for it. They need to call Hero. Maybe he TPs to the minion to tank. Alright, 10 seconds. 2 seconds on Celebrity.
They need to be quick.
Thorn ult goes wide. Terrible. Shockwave again. Coded is here. Nexus turret's gone down, but look at this Akali damage raining in. Picks up 2. Celebrity, of course, doing a lot as well.
But why?
Don't understand. Hani now coming forward with the Ghost Blade. Good job. Hero turning it around, making sure that he does not have his carry getting Spartaned. They're doing their absolute best. Huge amount of damage onto Hani there from that Haymaker. Does he have the E? Nope. No, he doesn't. And he's dead, so wouldn't be able to press it anyway. And this has to be the end of the game. This has to be Secret winning.
Yeah, the death timers are super. 60 seconds. Son 40, Parky and 35. This is enough time for Secret to win.
No way.
They had no business winning this game past 35 minutes. Absolutely no business. But there's a wave. This will be the end of the game. Great. Once again, overextending for EVOS. Great capitalization from Secret. BE tries to clear the mini wave, but he doesn't have the damage.
And it will be... will be Team Secret picking up Game 1 in an absolute cracker of a start for the night. We said tonight was going to be a good night of VCS games. Give us, I don't know, 5 more like that, and that will be a very, very good night. Might end up with our voices being a little bit rough. Rough and tough in that one. But it is the win secured regardless. I think we've got a fair bit to chat about as well, don't we?
So many outstanding players in this first game. Man, I really wanted to give the MVP to B, but sadly his team lost in the end. But so many great defensive Rakan disengages and engages as well.
Yep.
Ooh. And I think Hero played a great game. Divkid, especially in the last few team fights, very strong. Parke struggled a lot, and Parke, I think, ultimately one of the reasons why EVOS lost this game. If he had hit any big shockwaves in the team fights, they would have probably won. So,
yeah, the Parke performance was really, really bad.
Yeah, it was. It's not even like Oriana is that unusual for him. He has played it twice already this season, but she looked completely out of sorts there. Well, I'm really not sure where to go with the MVP discussion. If we look at Team Secret...
You know what's ridiculous? Hani's in contention.
Absolutely.
He pulled so much aggro in these fights. Like, I don't think he can be put ahead of Celebrity for the damage that was being done, but he really split team
very
fights.
hard to say. I actually think Celebrity in the later team fights wasn't that impactful. He always dealt a little bit of damage, yeah, but his early game was great, don't get me wrong. His early game was super good. But, I mean, if you don't win in the early game, you can't really give an early game MVP, in my opinion. So, in the end, what won the game? So the Baron steal was crucial, but I think DNK overall wasn't good enough to get the MVP.
DNK missed far too many.
It's probably between the two solo laners for me. The Akali played a huge role in teamfights as well. Always annoying the enemy team, always delaying the re-engage.
I do genuinely think the Pantheon did more.
Yeah,
I think all 5 players for Secret had a really good game.
I think Hani is a good choice.
I actually think we're going to give an MVP to Hani. Let's lock it in.
Yeah, why not?
Who would have seen it? Hani mid lane will pick up the MVP.
Who needs Artifact anyway, right?
Yeah,
Artifact.
exactly. Artifact.
Who is that guy?
Like, seriously, Artifact, you're sick? Just take a long rest, mate. Make sure you're totally fine.
We have Lord Hani.
In all seriousness,
yeah, of course.
Best wishes to Artifact. But yeah, Hani. Expect it, but he looked very, very good. Honestly, both teams performing very, very well. Parquet could have done a lot better. DivKid made some crucial positioning errors, which honestly we criticize him for a lot.
Yeah, I think the later team fights he actually played a great game. The very last team fight, maybe not so much, but the 40 to 50-minute team fights were very, very well done for him. He went a bit more on the defensive route and played through his Featherstorm and his Blade Caller a little bit more, and no one could actually kill him there. So great positioning in the end. We also saw very great. I once again want to point out this Rakan game was probably the best support performance so far this season from any of our supports. And B overall has been outstanding for EVOS. B is looking like one of the best supports in the league, maybe even the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. But we'll talk. We've got a second game here, and this is absolutely a series that could go to 3. We will take a little bit of a break to catch our breath, and we'll come back to you before Game 2 starts, because I'm sure we have quite a lot to discuss. See you guys in about 6 minutes, depending on how long the infamous starting soon is. See you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. See you in just a little bit.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. We are back for Game 2 here. As I just try and get Yulwei a bit in position. But we are back for Game 2 of EVOS. Taking on Team Secret. What is there to say?
And there is the official MVP happening on screen right now. It's DNK.
Don't even comment on it. The official stream MVP is worthless.
It's really weird. Okay, whatever. So Secret, with a great start to the series, shouldn't have won this game, so it's even better. They still struggle a lot to close out the game, and I like this approach. I think it's the right approach to take with Hani in the mid lane. Don't go for scaling drafts. Don't go for team fighting prowess in the mid lane required, because I mean he still team fought great on the Pantheon. Don't get me wrong, but don't put him on anything Oriana like Syndra. Put him on very aggressive champs and try to accelerate the game. I think that's the right approach for Secret, and they walked away with the victory. So
I mean, I think there's someone else
to see it again.
I think there's someone else that probably shouldn't be put on Oriana.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't think Parquet needs to be on that either, if I'm totally honest. But regardless, I mean, it's interesting. Does EVOS need to change very much? If we actually are into Champion Select,
we are already.
Very, very quickly. Unfortunately, we couldn't talk about too much. As we go ahead and cut over to that. Bans are coming in looking pretty similar to Game 1, which honestly makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think the Olaf ban still did what it was aimed at. That DNK had a pretty off game on Kiana, even though he got the official MVP. He didn't look great in this game. So, yeah, this time Akali is banned on the blue side, which is super weird considering Kota just played a great Akali game. Ban Akali.
Yeah, I mean, does that mean they're not willing to first pick it? Which, I mean, I think they definitely should be.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? So now it's a question, will Set be... Yeah, he will. Okay. No Set first pick either. Set seems to be super high value here in the VCS, which is also interesting to see.
I'm not too surprised by that. Set has a big, flashy teamfight ult. The VCS does basically nothing except teamfight. So it makes a lot of sense to pick him when he's strong, and obviously he's very strong on this patch. But with the bans done, really looking almost the same, except Mr. Aphelios was left open.
Yeah,
that will be
Mr. Aphelios now in the hands of Celebrity. So Celebrity so far has not played... Oh, never mind. He has played Aphelios twice, Senna twice. So he's actually one of our more meta ADCs here. Only one off-meta game on... No, I'm lying. He's actually played MF, Aphelios, and Senna all the time. So
he's played the whole Trinity on him.
And it of course,
answered.
Syndra last game, right? So
he's answered by that Syndra. Whoa. This is just a hover, right?
Jenner is one of the 10 champs not played in any league so far.
Oh, I'm looking at this
Senna
new
would
hover.
Be exciting.
It's getting very low, Thorn. Okay, he picks his Jarvan. He's just teasing us with the old Ivan.
J4 was banned away last game against EVOS, which is quite wise, because Thorn so far is absolutely smurfing on J4. So this first rotation looks very strong mid-game setup here for EVOS already drafted. And this time Team Secret might look at an outscaling composition with the safety from Thresh already provided to the Aphelios.
This is another good Hani pick. It's a good Hani pick. Just push the wave out and roam. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's not as safe as Pantheon, especially in team fights, but I think it does a very similar thing. And, I mean, the big danger here is you've let Sorn have Jarvan. Which is... Oh, no. Oh, you can ban Braum, actually.
Yeah. This is... I was quite surprised.
Yeah.
Why you didn't like the...
No. For some reason, I thought there was another pick. I actually do really like this.
Also, you don't actually need to ban Braum, because Thresh is already locked in for Secret.
Oh, of course you do. Wow, Where am I? I'm on another... I'm just going to shut up. Let you do Chance Select. Oh, wow.
Kiana is banned now for EVOS, which is a little bit of a panic reaction. I really don't agree with this Kiana ban. Just force him on Kiana again. He didn't have the greatest Kiana games. Also, Kiana not super great into J4 in my opinion. Creates terrain that is very annoying to deal with for Kiana, because the terrain is too short, and you can't actually get the explosion inside of the cage. So, yep. It's actually a hard matchup to play into in team fights for the Kiana. So don't agree with the Kiana ban. Leona on the other side, good combination with the MF, one of the premier MF combinations. So understandable.
Yeah, makes sense. Or jungle bans from EVOS, also making a lot of sense. Trying to remove some of the AD junglers, forcing either an AD top laner.
Will we see a mage support? This is the setup. It's Rakan or mage support, basically. You can go Braum as well.
Or it's Blitzcrank.
Oh!
Or it's Blitzcrank. That's a strange one. I'm excited, that's for sure. Bit of a weird one. The CBL special.
Yeah, so far, not a single escape grabbed for Secret. So it should be easy to land a few grabs for B and carry his team even more than he did on the Rakan. So it's probably saying, okay, I guess team needs even more carry potential from the support position. So here we go. Blitzcrank locked in for B.
Yep, it is. And then we get the answered back with the Ornn, presumably going to Coated up in the top lane. And Rek'Sai was left open. I think you'd much rather have DNK on Kiana than you would on Rek'Sai. So again, I don't agree with that Kiana ban either.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, this Vladimir.
Wow, we have two cocktail compositions. What is going on in draft
I'm just going to let you... Can you just break this down There's a lot to
Okay,
talk about.
so Vladimir is one of Hero's favorite items, and you get to have an absolutely free laning phase into on. Also, enemy team doesn't really have the greatest tools to escape the Vladimir in the late game. So I think this is a pretty good last pick here in this situation. I would have liked to see something like Camille as well to just outscale in the side lane, but I think so. Vladimir is more of the teamfight approach to outscaling in one pick. We have super strong lanes all around for Evos, but top lane even should have no worries against Ornn. So it looks like Evos can play a little bit more through the early game and then rely on scaling top laner. On the other side, we have Ornn paired up with Aphelios and Rumble. That should definitely be a good setup for the later stages of the team fights. Aphelios and Ornn. This is damage-wise very Aphelios reliant. So
absolutely,
if B can ever grab Aphelios, they basically instantly win the fight. Also, Vladimir if Vladimir gets ahead, Vladimir can definitely one-shot Aphelios in the late game as well. So we'll have to see if Venus and Celebrity can stay safe in the backline while Coated engages team fights. Yeah, it's two very intriguing drafts. I would favor Evos, I have to say. I think the Vladimir gets to freely scale here in this game. And the last game went to 50 minutes, so 50 minutes Vladimir.
Yeah, that's scary. Unfortunately, here for Evos, DivKid not going to have a very fortunate lane as he is only playing Miss. I'm going to point that out every time until they fix that graphic because I just find it so funny. To fill people in, for whatever reason, the VCS broadcast has Misfortune displayed as just Miss and Mordekaiser as just Mordekais. I don't know why, but they haven't fixed it. They fixed it for one day, and then they screwed it up again.
yeah. VCS production.
But how do you think this early game is going to play out? Where's the points of pressure? Two fairly early game junglers.
Yeah, as I said, Evos has very strong lanes. I think it will be hard for Secret to find any advantage laning phase. Maybe can force the level 3 fights against Parquet, because level 3 is at the point where level 3 and 4 where Rumble can still win against the Syndra. It's actually one of his hardest matchups in the mid lane. So not easy to deal with. Usually you just handshake lane as Rumble, but Syndra can kill you level 6. So but this Syndra might not be able to, because this Syndra is a super defensive Syndra with the face rush.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is, and speaking of runes, there's never mind, we'll come back to this one as the engage is here. Venus gets hooked in, ignited, but Aftershock doing a lot of work, and Hani is here to reinforce. Heal is burned. So two summoners. Oh, Sorn flashed. I'm not sure what he flashed away from. Must have flashed away from Hani. But the rune I was going to comment on was on Hani. He's running the Predator Rumble in that mid lane.
Yeah, we've seen this once before, I think. Was not very successful. I'm blanking on who played it. Was it Victory for FTV? I'm not sure. But someone played it before and it didn't really do anything. So I have to see if Hani can make the roams work this time. It's not easy to roam into this composition, as you said before. Top lane is basically undiveable or ungankable even. Bot lane, potentially, but MF with the extra movement speed, very strong at avoiding ganks.
Speaking of ganking the top lane, Hero has already used the puddle. That knockup not hit?
That was strange, yeah.
Yeah, that was very strange. And as we go down to the bot lane, the hook does miss. We have time to make a bit of a comment. It went straight through the upright. 6 points right there.
Ooh, that was such an ugly hook. Not the greatest
6 points on the board.
There we go. You're keeping track. How much is one is Shockwave? So can he actually overcome Park's points score from the last game?
was making a joke about Australian football, but now you're asking some harder questions. Not here to assign point values to mistakes. Well, the point I was going to make is before we got those little flashes of action is DNK went for the invade on Sorn's red, but actually got seen off. So he wasted a lot of time hasn't really cost him too much because did go up to cover.
DNK is completely oblivious to what happened.
Oh, wow. DNK wasting so much time here.
Yeah, Zorn once again showing that he's the superior jungler, especially pathing-wise. One of the best pathing junglers in the VCS, I'd say. Also on Jarvan, just straight up the best Jarvan player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. DNK could have gone for Flash knockup, but it would have been super dangerous into turret. Parker with Flash available as well. So, yeah, I think a wise choice to not go for that. He just wasted more than 1 minute just going for through the top jungle that was already cleared out. So, not a good start for DNK. Usually need to land at least one gank on the Rex side to be successful, especially compared to the J4, who scales better.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have to hope here that Zorn can maintain this EXP lead. Of course, there is no catch-up XP, as we're all beginning to get used to. And if anyone's going to keep it going, it's probably Zorn. He does not screw up his
on pace with his solo
often.
laners in terms of on J4.
Yeah.
That is very impressive.
Absolutely. DNK lurking around this bot side here, but he is spotted. They know he's here. He's wasting more and more time. This is a bad start for DNK.
And last game, Secret at this point of the game already had a 2k gold, or 1 minute from now, because of the bot lane dive. So way better start for EVOS. I think overall EVOS still looks like the... I don't really want to say the better team, because they lost the last game, and they shouldn't have lost, but
I don't know if either
the
team
more
was
consistent
good.
team. Yeah, I think the more consistent team. I think it's Secret a better early game team, but I think overall EVOS might be a little bit stronger. Also, if you look at the statistics before the series happened, Loki's on average, or Secret now, on average 2k gold up at 50 minutes. EVOS is still from the earlier GAM series. They were 5k gold down on average against GAM, and they are still on average 1.3k gold down, even though they won 2 more series. So for sure, we can see in the early game stats that Loki...
This is the bot lane play, though. The teleport's coming in. The Thresh hook has landed. B has absolutely no chance. DivKid was going for the counter kill, but can't find it. The equalizer comes down, but the flash knockup will lock him down. They want to give it to Aphelios, and that's a double kill. Hero has arrived, but he's a Vladimir before level 6. What's he going to do? Ornhorn is blown. They should be able to get one counter kill. DNK does go down. Parquet in the middle of the enemy team. And Venus actually does manage to burn down there. So in the end, it was a 3 for 2. Very, very even. More even than it should have been.
Yeah, kills for the top lane on EVOS' side, kills for the bot lane for Secret. So we might see a little bit of a map split here. Still favorable for Secret. Of course, they got one more kill. They also got the first blood, but 2 kills funneled into the Aphelios.
That's the big
always a great start. Yeah. On the other side, though, for early kill on the Vladimir, very nice as well. So both teams are kind of okay with this exchange. We have to see, you have to point out Venus here. First grab lands, he secures the first kill with this grab. So Div can't do anything here. Good follow-up with Celebrity. He just gets the kill with Gravitum. And now look at how Venus grabs or changes the fight with grabbing Parquet. There we go.
The Ornhorn also missed everything, which might have prevented one or two of the counter kills. So that's
how many points is that?
I mean, again, it was between the uprights, so 6. That's how the game works. If you get it between the 2 middle posts,
sorry, I have absolutely no idea.
Don't worry, no one outside of Australia does.
Explain it to
me. When we have Cerberus playing, I'll explain it.
Okay.
These games are actually good, so no need to. But I'm gonna say it again, and maybe it's because I feel a little bit guilty. Hani is playing well. He's ganking lanes very, very well. That was a good equalizer. 1-0-2. He's making the Predator Rumble work.
Flash.
The man is looking a lot better than we expected going into this split, for sure. See if they can keep this going. And
yeah, I mean, Hani, I always like to go back to his performances on the Nico and stuff, because he actually was quite a good player in the first half of when it came to the more tank and more bruiser focused meta, that was when he really struggled.
Oh, here we go, though. Excellent blast cone there by DNK, launching himself away and Sorn over the wall. Very, very well played. And now Sorn's in a little bit of trouble. Down in the bot lane, though, we actually have DivKid dead. And they are trying to chase on to B. Observer's doing their absolute best here. Oh, no, Coded. Misses everything. But down comes the equalizer. But the troll puddle will be used. And everyone manages to get away. I'd love to get a replay of what happened in the bot lane. Imagine it's just a hook into Aphelios damage.
Yeah, probably.
Moonlight Vigil's on cooldown, so probably a Gravitum.
Yeah, Gravitum into hook. Oh, Parker with a lot of damage.
Oh, wow. Very, very lots of damage. DNK will manage to get away. The unleashed power is up, though. They need to be careful.
Yeah, he was not in range, though.
Yeah.
Unlucky for him. He would have liked to lock the skull down. Sorn still gets his red buff, so that's nice to see. So we get a replay in the bot lane. Great big fight.
Celebrity went so low. Yep.
Wait,
Gravitum.
What happened here?
He had the Gravitum snare, and then he just hit the Inferno.
Oh, he sniped it. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So they actually lost the fight there, but he sniped him with a Moonlight. So good to see.
I mean, really looking like
For once,
he
the
has
ability
about,
was actually exciting.
Yeah, he has about, I don't know, 200 years of Aphelios experience going into that one. Looking really, really good. As DNK will pick up the Rift Herald. It will never die until Aphelios dies.
Yeah, probably.
I'm never going to let them live it down. But yeah, that is overall a very good passage of play here for Team Secret. They're looking good in this early game.
Still very even gold, though. Big advantage for Aphelios, of course. Might not matter too much in terms of item build. Kid's looking like he's keeping kind of up with the Aphelios, so he's for sure behind in gold. But as long as the MF can stay almost even in items, this lead will not matter too much until the late game comes in. So still an okay position to fight in for EVOS. They need more items, though. The Vladimir still needs time to scale, get levels and items. He's now on level 9, so now it feels great to play Vladimir, because Q cooldown finally reached its lowest point in terms of just the ability scaling, of course. So finally, you can probably abuse the matchup a little bit more into Coded. So far, Coded has been able to keep up in CS, which is good to see for the On.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, Coded has been missing a lot of key abilities around the key plays. We have to hope he picks that up, can get the Orn Horns and the Searing Charges landing.
There's way too much visual noise on this Vladimir. I always think there's a flag coming in.
Yeah, I really don't like this Vladimir. It's got too many particles that have nothing to do with what he's doing.
It's almost the same animation as when the flag is down. I always think, okay, AJ4 is ganking. No, he's not. It's Vladimir.
Yeah, it's very pretty skin, but
Crimson Rush.
But yeah, got a lot of visual noise, which is never super ideal, as the equalizer was used. I think must have been just to dissuade a gank.
By the way, one of my favorite phrases in English, visual noise. That is just so great. That is an actual term. It's great. I just love
but it makes sense, though. Like, if you think about it.
Does it?
Yeah, because you can flame my language. I don't care.
No, I love your language.
Sure. No one loves English, let's be totally honest. No, but somewhat of an irrelevant discussion, as we do have League of Legends still to play out.
It's a little bit of a low state here right now.
Very rare.
Both teams are kind of preparing for the next fight. I think EVOS is super fine to just scale in lanes, as I said before. So they just want to farm out, try to avoid the early roams from the Predator to Rumble. So far, one has come in very successfully. Oh, what?
Oh, my word. There? They're going in the bot lane. The bullet time is being used to try and save B, but is he going to burn down? He is. Venus getting that kill. Very, very easily. They're going to keep going here as well. This TP was so ridiculously late by Hero.
Why did Coated miss his ult there?
Because he doesn't look very good on Orn.
There was... Okay, he just straight up forgot to recast the ult.
That's
unlucky, I guess.
Yeah, luck.
Pro player, by the way. Yeah, that was a little bit rough. But in the end, it's another kill to the bot lane of Secret. No counter kill for EVOS, and a little bit more the pockets of Secret, who are now up to 700 gold lead. It's still quite even, and it seems like there will be a little bit of a swap coming in with the Rift Herald not secured yet. So both teams reacting to. Oh, never mind. The Rift Herald is down already.
Yep, Rift Herald has just been taken. So how does this start? Okay. Yeah, I see why you're a bit confused about that hook. Very good ult there by Celebrity. Correctly
So
using the Severum. He was stunned.
Never mind. Okay, Coded. Yep, fair. Coded didn't do anything wrong there. Apologies. He couldn't do anything there.
Procasters, by the way. Missing that one.
Oh,
my word! Hooking him out of the Dark Passage. Down you go, Moon Boy. But the counter Rumble ult will stop them getting anything else. Tasty little hook there.
Finally showing up. There we go. Nice to see. Another kill for EVOS. Or finally a kill for EVOS, I should say. And one kill for DivKid, who got the shutdown.
Yeah.
That's super crucial in this ADC matchup.
Not sure how he's this close. He's really not that far behind, and I'm not 100% sure how. Yeah,
20 CS goes a long way. 20 CS is more than a kill. So, yeah. It's quite surprising, but also if you look at all the items, there's still 600 gold in the, or more, 800 gold even in the boots, and then 300 more gold in another dagger. So even though combat stats are almost equal, there's a lot of attack speed building up for the Aphelios. So he's still ahead in combat stats. That said, now a second BF sword built for DivKid. So it's looking great.
Could potentially look for some fights around this sort of a little bit better item timing for MF, but there's no real objectives up other than this Infernal Drake. And we have a game to play. You've got 50-50. Which rift are we getting? Mountain or Cloud?
No, not that again. Cloud. Let's go, Cloud.
Yep, and remember, if you're wrong, you have to understand that impacts what we think of you as a color caster. Because if you can't correctly analyze which rift is going to randomly spawn. Yeah. Oh, but speaking of that, though, we do have Hero being dove in on. Ornhorn is blowed. Coded remembers to headbutt it this time, but Hani will go down. Didn't actually get the equalizer off. That seems like a big mistake. Redemption being used just to help Celebrity out. Didn't actually get healed, but it dissuaded the chase.
Secret should back off.
Yeah, they need to get the hell out.
It's just an Infernal Drake. Don't risk your life over an Infernal Drake early on. I mean, it's a second Drake for EVOS, so it's quite valuable to delay their Dragon power spike, but probably not worth it right now. And we get yes.
Ooh, that's good. You get to keep being a color caster. You don't have to start doing play-by-play instead. But B charging forward, flash hook, and does manage to get it. And this is why the Blitzcrank pick is good into Aphelios. You step out from behind your cover for a second, and B is going to get a free kill.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence from B. Just straight up flash hooked him there. Nice to see that he uses pick, because you need to have a lot of confidence on the Blitzcrank. If you play defensive Blitzcrank, just don't play Blitzcrank at all, right?
Yeah.
So, and now EVOS is looking way stronger. If we look at the game state, they have a very strong Vladimir already. He's still free farming in the side lane. He's level 12 now already, so on his way to level 16, on his way to more items, more cooldown reduction. Interesting boot choice, I want to point out. Usually you see most of the Vladimirs go for more cooldown reduction early on in the boots. This boot choice is very strong into Aphelios though, 18 flat magic pen, so Aphelios needs to probably interrupt his item build to build more MR to not instantly die in later teamfights to TH.
Yeah, I think a Hex Drinker is pretty necessary in this game regardless for Celebrity, so I don't think he's too upset about having to divert for that one against the Syndra and the Vladimir. It would be quite foolhardy not to grab something to help yourself with that, as Rift Herald number 2 has been secured for Team Secret. If they can open up a lane, probably want to try and force the situation to use that mid. Lane tower
we have a little bit of time, so we can play another fun game. Who's benefiting the most from Soul in this game?
Okay, so we're just talking about the Soul?
Yeah, just the soul.
Okay. I think Celebrity benefits from it a lot to use it as an escape. Hani
True.
likes it to charge forward. DNK, it's alright. Honestly, it's not that great for either team. It's great for Vlad. Actually.
It's super great for Vlad.
It is
Actually,
super,
it's
super
so.
good.
Vlad really wants this soul. I think if Vlad gets soul, Aphelios can't play the.
Ooh, Coded's in a lot of trouble. Will get
Oh,
super
nice
soaked.
W.
Manages to W the Blitzcrank hook. He's waiting for his Thresh, but it's not going to be there in time. So he does have to burn that flash. They're going to look for a counter engage potentially, but I don't think there's much opportunity.
Yeah, great usage of the CC immune ability,
Unstoppable.
the W, which is called
Bellow's
Breath.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
And they did manage to find the situation to drop Shirley mid. Unfortunately, didn't. Well. And the Hani ult has been called in, doing a lot because it's up against the wall. But Sorn manages to get the knockup so the Ornhorn can't be popped back. And the bullet time across the entire team, just saying, Team Secret, maybe you should go back to being low-key because this one is not looking good for the new org. My word, they get absolutely wiped.
They've low-key lost the game already.
That was a good start to the fight.
Yeah, but it was very overzealous. Diving tier 1 there. Absolutely no need to go for the fight before the turret goes down, especially with a super strong Vladimir on the flank, which you can anticipate, actually. He has teleport up, so you should be aware of the fact that Vladimir is probably coming for you. Even if you get the first 2 kills, there's still a Vladimir to clean house. So now the game is pretty much done. 5k gold lead for EVOS. We look at this again. B doesn't hit the crucial first hook. Good stun though. And now Divkid and Parky caught, but they both have the flash still, so no one can follow up. And now look at this dream scenario for MF, just shooting all her bullets. Yeah, and very easy fight. Yeah,
exactly.
That was
Sorn
just over aggressive.
Did so much there. He knocked up 3, including Coated, as he was going to go for the headbutt.
Sorn's re-engage was the hero play that turned around a lot of the fight. The 2 flashes and Sorn keeping everyone locked up in the cage and knocking up everyone saved the fight there. Hero got to look very good on the Vladimir because he came in, dealt all the damage, as well as Divkid just standing there and shooting his ult. But yeah, I think MVP of the fight probably Sorn.
Yeah, I mean,
and now
you've got to ban Sorn's Jarvan at this point.
Yeah,
like he plays it like a 10 million master. I mean, this.
Coded, come on.
Wait.
Well,
what just happened?
Yeah, he tried to catch all the
if that
lane
ult had hit,
I guess.
Were they gonna go under tower?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Sorn is not Sorn. Ornn is super tanky, so he can probably tank forever there. A lot of them are built up.
Still,
strongest Ornn item in the game, or one of the strongest. I'm not sure. I think Rabadon's Death Crown is one of the strongest as well.
It's the strongest for Ornn to build.
Yeah, that's true.
Death Crown is pretty insane though. Actually, I don't think we're getting too many AP Rams out there. As this will be a third Drake. The soul could go the other way this time.
Come on, Syndra. Park it. Why?
Again, look, I know, we've been through this a bit. I'm not that smart. I'm a play-by-play caster. I should really just write this on a script.
Yada, yada.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. 10 IQ. So, who on the side of Team Secret has much healing? Because obviously you wouldn't build Morellos into a comp without much healing.
Hey, come on. Look at the item builds. There's a redemption build up, so...
I mean, there's a Felios red gun, which he totally used for the healing and not the insane damage.
That's more than enough to go for a Morello over everything.
LS,
of course.
Absolutely more. I genuinely think he would watch like one VCS series and be like, okay, boys, I'm moving to Overwatch. They don't build items in Overwatch. DNK could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's getting pinched, and there's Sorn, but the tunnel is up. Cataclysm for nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit ill-advised there. That's Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai can just press E and get away.
It bought enough time.
They tried to go for anything there. yeah, just fishing for anything they can get. But now
Oh, but
Son a little bit
Harney's
of a
coming
problem.
in. He has to flash, but Blast Cone's away as well.
No, seems like he's still fine. He's super aggressive, posturing super aggressively. Probably EQ available again, so his escape tool is there. Son
Got the
standing
stone
still.
plate as well. Can't die. And this is just towers being taken here for EVOS. Secret unable
There's
to
nothing
contest.
Secret can do right now.
Yeah. And it's, look at the two items for the AD carries. You can say they're equal in items, but one is Essence Reaver IE, one is Essence Reaver Runan's Hurricane. I know which one I'd rather be.
I think back to the start of the game. The div kit started 0-2. It looked like a celebrity could run away with the game 3-0 FL. Now it's 4-2 for div kit and suddenly 3-3 for Ophelia. So the tables have turned completely in the bot lane matchup. And yeah, overall this game just looks very, very much done. EVO's 7k gold ahead. I don't think there's a whole lot Secret can really do. They can think about the next game. Maybe don't give up the okay. Vladimir, they couldn't really have expected the Vladimir last pick. I think it was a very smart choice here for EVOS. Syndra seems to be a little bit of seems to be very crucial, not a little bit, very crucial in the series. And also Son's once again Son with an outstanding performance on J4. So maybe you go back to the ban.
Yeah, I think you have to.
They banned Son's J4 in the first game, so not sure why they didn't follow up with another ban. Maybe they thought, okay, we won the first game, we can challenge the second game and see if we can get away with leaving open Son's best champ, but clearly they can't. So.
It was their ban phase was super interesting because they actually pivoted to banning Akali on blue side. I think you could have left the Akali ban and banned J4 instead.
Absolutely.
Because you've got first pick. Like, you're happy to first pick Coded Akali. He looked good on it last game. It's a super strong pick. So, definitely very interesting. So, what do we think about... Oh, never mind. As Thorn charges in, DNK, also known as Does Not Know, is famous for not having awareness and getting 3-man ganked on his Gromp.
See where you're going there. Yeah,
but we do have on the other side Hero getting just as caught out, buys some time with the stopwatch, but absolutely no chance to survive. That is a shutdown, but that time he bought is going to be enough for the top lane inhibitor to go down.
Yeah, one of the typical ES moves, trying to have the cake and eating it too. Too many lanes on one time.
This could be a potential re-engage, but make it rain will zone them off. Harney wants it though. There is the equalizer. The Ornhorn will be blown and won't get interrupted for once. Parquet has to flash, but this is going very, very badly as the Infernum ult doing a lot. There's so much damage, but can they get any closer? No.
It's not enough. It's not enough. Parquet really wanted to die there. He flashed back into the equalizer damage.
Yeah,
Parker was rough series today. Oh, nice steal.
DNK making up for it a little bit, looking good there. Oh man, that was on the knife's edge. That was so close to being so good for Team Secret. Could have potentially gotten them back into the game. As it stands, they're still at the bottom of the deep
for TH as well. There was no need for him to push bot lane. On Vladimir, you can't really get through the quickly enough to warrant a split push there. So just group up with the team, go for the safety play. I think would have been the easier way to win this one. But they still get the inhibitor, still get a kill, and now on Soul Point they're
gonna get this.
Absolutely no struggle.
DNK's backing. DNK's resetting. Like, you've got to go for the steal, surely. Like,
I'm not sure if it's worth it, to be honest. And the Soul is great for a lot of champs, but maybe you actually want to force the. Maybe you say, okay, the way we win the game is stealing the other thing. So give over the Soul and wait for 5 minutes, and then try to go for the other dragon.
The only problem with that is that if you're going to wait 5 minutes anyway, your death timer doesn't matter. So just try. Right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's a bit interesting. Regardless, I don't think it would have mattered very much. Sorn is not one to miss too many fights.
I don't quite agree with you here, because if you actually land the steal, this could be worse for you.
Well, that's actually a fair point, but we will come back to it as they are charging forward. They are some speedy boys.
Oh,
the Dark Passage, though. He can. He just about gets out. Sorn did his best to get there. Does get hooked up. Oh my god, Venus, that's a bold one. Really, really nice equalizer, though, cutting this fight in two. The bullet time is used. It's just out of range of having massive impact. Oh, and there goes the Midnight Vigil doing a lot of damage. Coated, picking up the kill onto Sorn. DNK goes down on the backside. Hero will be re-engaging now. This is not going well. EVOS is smacking them around with the wallet.
Full HP. Can he get into the fight somehow?
He cannot.
Nope. It's very hard for him to fight here, because so many threats on the enemy team. He has to be Blitzcrank hook. He has to be mindful of the re-engage from Vladimir, as well as Parker with the stun. So super hard for Celebrity.
Oh, they're trying to do something, though, and Celebrity goes down, as does Venus. Bit unfortunate there, really. They tried to make the last-ditch play, and in the end, they get nothing. It's a 10,000 gold lead. I think Team Secret's already talking about next game.
Yep, they are. Pretty sure they are. Sorn finally went on. A little bit unfortunate for his KDA. He's still on 1, though, so at least he didn't die more than once. So EVOS just has to close out the game. They don't have to wait for the dragon. In fact, like them to close out the game before the Elder spawns, just to not have the risk of having it stolen and then suddenly lose a team fight.
If this had been even gold, Team Secret wins this fight so hard.
Yeah, look at Divkit's position. He's so aggressive, but he knows he can do this because he has so much damage that he can actually one-shot the enemy at jungle. Yeah, Celebrity, as we said before, it just can't enter the fight.
Unfortunately, Aphelios not able to have an impact other than the Infernum ult, which didn't do that much damage. The wave clear, though, it's pretty good. But down in the bot lane, Parquet is caught out. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away from this one. Does have his team coming. Interesting flash there by Coated, but DNK will come out of the ground. B comes absolutely chugging in. TH under the tower, doing as much as he can. Goes into the stopwatch. Coated should be going down on the backside of the fight, but he is a tanky boy. Divkit's here as well. Bullet timing under the Nexus tower to get the double kill. They should be able to push this one in down the mid lane here. And they did finally shut down Coated, and this will be Game 2 for EVOS. A lot more dominant for this game than the last. And we are going to Game 3.
Yep, it's nice to see EVOS being able to come back. A very convincing victory. Better early game, great teamfight execution, and I like their last pick, curveball here with the first Vladimir game of the season. Not actually that much Vladimir play all around the globe, but this was a good spot to pick him. Free lane into on, free scaling, very threatening to the Aphelios in the backline. So I really like their creativity here in the draft, and they walk away with a 31-minute convincing victory.
Absolutely. We've got one more game though, and so far I've enjoyed them both. So it's definitely a good start to the night here. So the thing to talk about is MVP. Bit of a tricky one.
Very tricky. A lot happened this game. Divkit had great fights, but his early game was rough. Called out here and there. Sorn is definitely a candidate for me. Great team fighting. Other than that, Hero, but I'm not sure if he actually had the impact to warrant MVP. In the end, he was just Vladimir and didn't actually do that much. I am leaning towards Sorn.
I think I completely agree. Once again, that Jarvan just has to get banned or picked. First pick it away from him. Don't let Sorn have it.
Shout out to B after a very rough early game as well. Hitting crucial hooks to get picks in the mid game and propel his team to a gold lead. So B also great game on the Blitzcrank. I think too many mistakes early on in the game to give him the MVP, and in the end, team fights won the game and not picks. So I guess it's kind of not the Blitzcrank game. But yeah, good performance from B once again.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will lock in Sorn. Now we do have a little bit of a break before we come to the final game of Series 1. 8.5 minutes roughly. We will see you then. Unfortunately, the timer on our stream is broken. Can't fix it without restarting OBS, so it'll have to be a bit later. But yeah, it's about 8.5 minutes. See you guys then. Thank you for tuning in. If you feel like it, feel free to scroll down and support us. Do feed a caster. We appreciate it. But We'll be back for Game 3 of what has been a cracker of a series very,
Stay
very
tuned.
soon. Hello, hello, hello! We are back for Game 3 of EVOS taking on Team Secret. Team Secret making their debut as an org, not as a team, and they've brought us an absolute cracker of a game. So, coming into Game 3 your way, what do both teams need to do to potentially take home the win?
If you look at both games, EVOS should be 2-0 now. So they lost the first game, a little bit unfortunate. A lot of bad shockwaves from Parquet, lost some crucial team fights, overextended into the mid lane inhibitor. So there were many points where EVOS should have won the game. In the end, okay, they lost the game, but they recovered very quickly, got a very strong second game in, and now are looking like the big favorites to win the series, in my opinion. Parker looked way better in this game. Divkit had a good performance. Son and B were smurfing, and the Vladimir was just scaling. So I think Evo is the big favorite now to take home this game. And
straight into Champions League, thick and fast here. To do one minor little production thing. I am very, very sorry. We will get in very soon. Don't worry.
You won't miss anything. His Team Secret immediately responding with the Blitzcrank ban. I think that's such an overreaction.
That is an absolute overreaction.
Very VCS-like to do that, I have to say.
Yep, this one thing beat us, so we have to immediately ban it.
And they still haven't banned the J4, by the way.
They could first pick it.
They could, potentially. No, EVOS is on blue side, so...
Yeah, they can be... Oh, true, actually, yeah. Not great. Senna being taken out has not been banned or picked all series, so I'm not 100% sure what the read is.
This one. I actually agree with this read, because I think Team Secret has one of the worst traditional ICs in Celebrity, but he has been great on Senna. He's a great secondary facilitator, not a great teamfight positioning AD carry, not a great auto attacker either, but he's quite good and just playing a utility role, and I think Senna fits him very well. So
fair enough. And with Syndra being removed, we will have the first game in the series without her, and we get the top lane matchup immediately. Mordekaiser was snap picked to go into the set, which again is a bit of a 50-50 matchup for sure, but Secret will secure the Aphelios, which they are never going to be upset about.
So I'm glad that the VCS as a whole has finally learned a lot of the champion priorities. Still don't quite understand why no one is going for Soraka, as she definitely looks like one of the strongest champs in the patch. But yeah, now EVOS with Cassiopeia and J4. Very strong setup here. Once again, Son on J4. I'm not sure. Can we call it a game already? So far, yes, absolutely incredible.
It's not great at all. But maybe they have something in the books to potentially counter it. I don't think it's very easy to counter Sorn just playing insanely well. Venus will get Thresh again. He's looked pretty good on the Thresh. He's hit some very, very good hooks. Hasn't always shown the most.
I think it's a little bit of stubbornness for Team Secret here. Very set in their ways of going for Aphelios and Thresh again. 3 Thresh games in a row for Team Secret now. They want to have the safety, the added safety. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think a little bit more engaged could have definitely helped them here. Looks like Thresh is more on the defensive side here, and Venus has been getting caught out a lot.
I might be getting a bit too big for my play-by-play britches. But I actually think against a Jarvan, when you have Aphelios, Thresh is kind of necessary. You've got no way out of the Cataclysm.
Okay. Yeah,
but we can agree to disagree. It's okay. And again, AD junglers being banned out. What is DNK going to go to? I think he just goes back to Rek'Sai.
Probably. So far, Rek'Sai hasn't looked too great for DNK though, so maybe we'll get to see something different. Gragas is still open.
Yeah, that's potentially a very good pick. Might lead to them having a little bit too much AP.
They really
Karma.
want to play full carry celebrity. That is a risky move for Secret.
Considering some of the issues Celebrity has had, putting all of your eggs in his basket, very, very dangerous. But I am excited to see Karma. Oh, Vinny. Is Vinny going to get his
Vinny.
wish? I don't think Vinny's watching tonight. Oh, no.
Oh, there it is.
And
it's locked
locked.
in.
They're going the Ash.
That's quite surprising. What?
I like it.
Out of nowhere.
Ash is strong.
Ash is very good in lane as well. So, yeah, why not? And will we actually get? Oh, I was all. I thought we might have gotten the here, but yeah, it's on. On Brom, I think. So.
Brom, yeah, I mean similar names, and they come from a similar place. Same person, really.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the absolutely disgusting wombo combo for EVOS? This is a little bit gross
Quite
if
strong.
all goes well.
I mean, if
no
anyone
way.
hits, well, seriously?
What have you just done?
Wait, they are full AP. They only have an appeal.
I mean, it could be AD Shyvana.
Could be, but why?
I mean, that's the question.
I think Secret is. I think they've outdone them.
You know what's ridiculous? This is the second Shyvana game we've had.
I know.
It's not even the first pick.
I think Levi will be very angry after the series because his great Shyvana win rate will be, not so great anymore.
I mean, yeah, Shyvana has 100% win rate in the VCS. Clearly, it's a great pick. Yeah, but to be a bit more serious about it, I think, can you play non-AP Shyvana at the moment?
I've not seen an 80 Shyvana in a long time. I'm not sure. On 10.3, maybe. On 10. I question the 80 Shyvana. And if it's AP Shyvana, we have triple AP topside, so that's fun to see as well.
We have a whole emote for that, don't we?
Yeah.
I don't know if it hasn't
Not
been approved
right
yet.
Yeah.
Gotta keep subbing, guys. Not because
But yeah,
we want the emote.
A lot of AP damage. I'd like to see a lot of focus from EVOS early on that, so that he's set behind. So if you actually get Aphelios to be on the back foot here in this game, I think Secret can't team fight until maybe 30 minutes, because Aphelios alone doesn't have the damage to cover for all the AP threats on his team. And it's very easy to itemize for Set and even for Cassiopeia into triple AP. So it should be super hard for Secret after a while to even get a kill in any of the lanes, even 2v1, because all of the players will just have a lot of MR and never die.
I'd actually really like to see Spirit Visage first item for Set. I think it just completely covers him for the early game. Go Spirit Visage into Triforce. That's what I want for Set.
Yep. Good call. So
not Spirit Visage.
Excited to see
Spectral
if Parker can be a little bit better. Yeah.
Don't go the full item. I said Spirit Visage, but just go Spectral Cow.
Cassio twice for Parker this split already. 3 Oriana games. But you all know how that went. So maybe you can show us a little bit more on the Cassio this time around. His Syndra was fine. So yeah, would like to see a little bit more from the Snake Lady this time in the hands of Parker. Teleport as well, so pretty defensive approach to the game. I sometimes like to see a little bit more team fight oriented summoners for the Cassiopeia. I'm not the biggest fan of teleport Cassiopeia, I have to say. Most of the time when she arrives, the fight is already done, and then she just sits there and doesn't really do a whole lot. So
yeah, and I mean it is pretty much confirmed it's going to be AP Shyvana with the Dark Harvest. If you do go AD, you go press the attack. So interesting decision. And it looks like we will have a split map. They obviously know that this blue invade is happening, so we should see DNK hop across the river after his Raptors. But that's okay.
I have to say I'm really disappointed in the decision for TS to go for a little bit of a meme draft. I mean, maybe they actually blow us away with this competition and show us that DNK in fact can carry on AP Shyvana. But I think this is a little bit of a meme draft. It reminds me a lot of their team fight tactics composition from last summer when they really didn't want to win.
Shyvana's not in TFT anymore, though.
That's true.
So
She was a great TFT champ, one of my favorite TFT champs.
Yeah, she was fun. Set 1 was fun.
I still like set 2 way more than set 1, I have to say. But Shyvana was cool.
Yeah, Shyvana was very cool. I agree. Set 2 is a bit more balanced. They've learnt a lot. I haven't been playing much TFT. Legends of Runeterra has stolen my life. But we do have the much superior Riot game with League of Legends here. And so, we don't think Shyvana will be ganking early. It's a Shyvana. She kind of needs to get to 6. So where will Thorn put the pressure? I know you said that they want to get the Aphelios behind, but looking at the lane state, I don't think there's much room for an early gank.
Yeah, also very safe setup in terms of...
Did Thorn get his blue? Surely not.
Question.
Surely he hasn't got the easiest 3 buff in the world. And Coded in a lot of trouble up here, absolutely. Oh, tried to flash the true damage on. Really good play. Didn't quite work out, so he loses his flash in the end.
He really tried though.
I mean,
a little bit overzealous once again for Hero. He sometimes can be a little bit too much of a
hype player.
17-year hypey player, yeah. A little bit of the 17-year-old rookie is still definitely coming true for him.
The expression I use is sometimes he gets lost in the sauce. Doesn't make sense, but it's what I say.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So Son seems to not have his red buff.
Yeah, he got the blue though. He
gave up his own red. Wait, I'm confused.
I'm
Both
so
junglers
confused.
are doing weird stuff.
Because he stole... It looked like it was going to be vertical jungling. But there's no way the initial blue is still on him. Which means he just didn't take his red. They're going for a gank on Hani. They're going to have to commit a flash if they want anything.
Okay.
So Sorn's just going to walk away. Never mind. They're going to go over the wall. Give him the slap. There's not that much damage that Hani can really trade back with. So nothing really lost.
Yeah, that was... I'm quite puzzled by Son's decision making this game. He could have had the 3 buff, but that he just gave up the red buff.
That one's very confusing. Maybe he assumed it was like. Why would you assume it's gone? Because it was vertical jungling. You would have assumed your blue was gone.
I also think you always want to go for a red buff before you gank on J4.
Yeah.
Like, he has CC, of course. If you land a good flag drag, you can force the early flash, but it's much easier to just keep the enemy slowed with the red buff, right? So that was a strange early game for Son. For once, he doesn't actually look like he's on top of his game on the J4, which, judging where all the other J4 games can happen for once. I mean, it's his 6th Jarvan game this season.
We're 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
Got a long time to make up for it.
Absolutely. And it's just the early game that looks a little bit iffy. And it's also, he hasn't really lost it, right? He hasn't invested a flash, but he could have played a little bit more cleanly.
Yeah, I do agree. Potentially, he's just a little bit caught out by going up against a Shyvana. Not a matchup you're going to have practiced.
That's fair.
She's very binary in what she does, though. Well, this is a bit of a dodgy teleport. This is a level 6 Mordekaiser to a level 5 set, but the damage trade is going so well. Lucky that Coded had the indestructible.
I actually had a little bit of... I thought maybe Coded threatened a kill against T8, but luckily enough, there's a lot of MR already built for Hero.
I like this.
Hero was... Even though he was behind in experience, he was far ahead in items. Good save.
And there is the first Drake as well, picked up by EVOS. Things going very well in this early game. Both top laners have now used their TP, so no advantage. Overall, we're getting a slower start to this game than perhaps we're used to in the VCS, and perhaps we're not quite used to it just in this series.
Yeah, I think it's also quite a good start for EVOS. As we've seen before, TS seems to be stronger in the early game, seems to have a little bit of a better early game, especially of bot lane skirmishes compared to EVOS. So it's good to see that EVOS can stabilize. Obviously, I wanted to see the Aphelios be a little bit on the back foot, but there's still time to put in a little bit of trouble for the Aphelios. So right now, I think EVOS is just having a quiet game to farm up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does look like there's been a slightly bad back timing for EVOS down in the bot lane. They are a BF sword to a Vampiric Scepter, but we have another brawl up in the top lane. Suplex does come out. Is the Death Realm going to be used? Not yet. Another Haymaker. And in the end, it's just an ult for nothing. But
Wow.
still good damage.
It really seems like the spectral cowl will absolutely murder Coated in lane.
Completely
Interesting.
turns. So much damage if you get that sweet spot. Mordekaiser really struggles to dodge it. Overall, Hero playing this matchup super well.
Okay, now
he's going
it's the
straight in. The Death Realm has been used. He'll get the bonus stat. Should have the Indestructible. Flashes away from the Haymaker. Hero just needs to kite out the passive. No, he's kiting the passive out, I think. And that's a good way. He needs to turn, or possibly it was the call that Hani was missing, and he didn't want to come out of the Death Realm low. The shields are both used. Hani has the tether, but he'll flag and drag away.
Everything was very questionable of Hani, of Heroes.
I don't know why he was so scared, but here comes Shyvana. Can land the big E. Thorn
Shyvana,
is already given away a Dark Harvest stat.
There we go.
And there it is, but there's also a tower dive onto this set. He should be going down fairly easy. Double kill for Shyvana, but Set gets one back that did not need to happen there, Coded. But regardless,
and suddenly,
a good
Shyvana
play.
Looks like...
Yeah, suddenly Shyvana.
She just got a 2-0 early on in the game,
and it's Dark Harvest.
Once again, Secret with a great first early game and 1k gold lead now. Dark Harvest, I think two procs even early on in the game. So
yeah, I think that was 2.
It's super scary. Yeah. So now also Athene's super early buy from the Karma, so very strong early skirmishing advantage for the Karma.
This was just a mistake.
Yeah, DNK so much damage early. Oh, look at that damage.
Only really with that jungle item as well. So looking very good here. And if this AP Shyvana gets ahead early, that's very bad for the side of EVOS. And I'm not 100% sure why they've called this lane swap.
Yeah, I agree. Look at the item disadvantage in mid lane.
Wow,
in the CS advantage, he has nothing compared to the Athenes already completed. This is one of the reasons Athenes is insanely strong, and one of the reasons also Soraka and Sona can play. Sona actually doesn't build this item, but Soraka likes this item a lot, and you get this item so very quickly in the lane because it's 2,100 gold, so almost nothing.
Yeah, absolutely, and Secret has called the re-swap, and Hero just does not want this matchup. He's running away from it again. I'm not 100% sure why. He looked fine.
And now a lot of tempo advantage for Secret, as I can see right now, because they once again kind of got my God.
Comes the potential gank. The flash hook is flashed away by DivKid, and in the end, the play comes to nothing.
This time, no kill for the Shyvana, so every time the Shyvana can get any ults with his ult, it's not great for him, but he is already up to 2 kills, so it's okay for him so far. So what I wanted to say is Secret got the better swaps because they didn't have to give up any waves for the swap. So right now, a little bit of a tempo advantage, and every time they have the advantage in this swap right now, they can force a little bit more of an advantage in the CS department, because EVOS has to pick up all the CS that are still available.
Yeah, and we do have a second bit of magic resist in the top lane. Hero really prioritizing these early defenses against the Mordekaiser. Still interesting that he seems to be so scared of this matchup that was going in his favor. The Seeker's Arm Guard obviously helping the Mordekaiser out, but I still think it's probably Set favored.
Yeah, it's quite weird.
Good play.
So now EVOS with an attempt to get another dragon. Also the Shyvana with the ult right now, so not really that great of an ultimate right now. Can she get back to the point where she can carry this fight?
She needs to hit something. That's the problem with Shyvana ult. And there is the Ashe ult into the bounce house. Shyvana will go down. Celebrity flashing? Interesting. Flashing and grabs the lantern though. In the end, he gets out.
And not getting any... not getting any early kill dragons. She uses a lot of her passive stacks, and I think it's 5 per dragon, right?
Yeah.
So
So she's
it should have
essentially
been
just
2
lost
already.
10. And Hero charging forward there, lands the face breaker, but puts the fists into the minion. Just wasn't going for the full trade.
So it seems to be really have turned turned like the tide. The tide has turned in the top lane. I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's your second language, man. Third, even.
So yeah, the top lane seems to be very much in favor of the Mordecai. So even though the items didn't really change too much, it's more because of the abilities ranking up more and more for the Mordekaiser. I didn't expect him to win this hard now, so maybe you can shine a little bit of light on the Mordekaiser set matchup here. I thought the set would still be a little bit stronger for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think it's just because at the moment Set doesn't really do any damage. He hasn't built any damage. Obviously, the true damage sweet spot. I mean, if he's hitting those in the trades, he'll still win them. But if it's just raw physical damage instead of true damage being dealt, Mordekaiser just does a little bit more passive.
Yeah.
Once he starts
Makes
building
sense.
some damage, I think it will swing back into Sets, particularly if he goes Triforce. I don't think he will, though, just purely because he's playing so scared. I don't think he'll be bold enough to go Triforce.
Yeah, it seems like he just went back to building a full tank here. So the 1v1 is probably going into the favor of Kaiser for the rest of the game, as I would expect it to go. Mordekaiser, just a little bit too much damage for the set to just simply overpower him with tank items, in my opinion. So.
Yep, of course, but Set's still a teamfight threat, as he's actually just gone ahead and completed the Abyssal Mask. So that's not too bad. But it is the haunting guys for Mordekaiser. DNK is up in this top lane, has the Herald. Sorn completes the recall. So a big advantage for Team Secret up here. Could continue to snowball this lead. Unfortunately, no tower plates.
Yeah, and all the other plays are not pushed up for EVOS, so there's absolutely no chance to react to this one. Unluckily for the Secret, it's only the first turret, the first brick, no additional plates. The plates have gone down for a minute already, so EVOS lost a lot of gold there, standing gold, and then a lot of the gold got in the pockets of Celebrity, but in the end, it's not the worst to happen for EVOS there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that is a better result than a lot of others could have been. So it's probably the best of a bad situation. Now Sorn hovering around again. Has not looked as good on the Jarvan this game.
As he did before.
Yeah, as you did. I disagreed with you then, but now it's been another 10 minutes. And I think you are once again proven to be 200 IQ. Hero just has to stand back here as the tower goes down. Very frustrating situation for him. Absolutely nothing he could do.
Yeah, that's a little bit frustrating there for I think they had the opportunity to defend this turret. Shouldn't lose both outer turret without gaining everything on the anything on the map, I should say. So there was a little bit of a blunder on positioning, and now a bit of a gold swing back in Secret's favor, because even after the first brick, there was still very even. The gold was still very even. So now finally Secret ahead again, but it's not enough really. If you think about scaling in this game, I'd say EVOS is the stronger late game comp, especially with Parquet and DivKid on strong carry champs. While on the other side, it's basically Aphelios carry us please, which the champ can do, of course. Yeah. We have all seen Aphelios carry fights, but it's a little bit harder to execute. So.
Yeah, and AP Shyvana, we saw it in the other game that it's been picked with Levi. It does fall off.
Yeah, it does.
The one-shot E potential does get a little bit distant as the game goes on. So I definitely do think EVOS's late game comp is for sure easier to execute. But there is definitely possibilities for Celebrity to hard carry. He does have a Karma and a Thresh who can help him out a lot. Cloud Drake has spawned. Team Secret wants to start it, but here comes Set. could just bank coded into the
Surflex.
team. Ooh, only hits a little bit onto Celebrity. He is slowed, but it's not quite enough. Actually gets inside the hitbox of that W.
Re-engage.
The
This is
Death
risky for
Realm
EVOS.
is fading.
Very
There
risky.
is the Cataclysm being used. Another good haymaker, and they get away. So far, nobody
no.
dead. Oh my god, an
Oh.
absolutely huge Death's Grasp. And here comes the Aphelios damage along with everything else. Shyvana going hog wild on them. And this should be a free Cloud Drake and 3 kills. Team Secret looking hot.
Really not a fight TS should have picked there. Yeah, I think they really underestimated
EVOS.
item power spike there for Team Secret. Yeah. EVOS, I'm sorry, of course. EVOS was quite equal in gold, but looking at the item power spikes, it's so much more effective a fighting threat there for the Team Secret. If you look at how strong all the players on the Secret side were, even though the engage actually went well for EVOS,
Could have gone better. He actually only
could
hit
have
one
gone a little
person.
better. A very good flay as well, and everyone avoided the re-engage for Braum as well. So now the fight is just over, and we can see the Secret is still on full HP on almost every member, and there's no way they can lose this fight anymore. DNK gets 2 more kills, another kill to the Aphelios, a perfect kill contribution as well for the team, and the first dragon going over to Secret as well. Now far ahead in gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, look at the eye. Just they shouldn't have fought there.
Yeah, unfortunate. This Ashe didn't look too good in that last fight. Couldn't really contribute. I mean, she's just so far behind, unfortunately, to Mr. Aphelios. So, if they can continue to fight back.
I think very crucial as well was the mid laner. Hani is still on the very strong point where he has completed boots. He has Athenes, so he has a lot of mobility for his team as well on his. So even though his items are very low on each AP, he has a lot of power because of the completed effects, especially on the Athenes. So yeah, the comparison between the two mid laners was very much in favor of Hani. Because even though Parker's items are very strong and potentially scale into super strong late game, right then there was still the Athenes not completed, not Athenes, the Seraphs not completed, and also the stacks on the whoa,
oh my god, that E damage! Just eating DivKit alive.
That was dirty.
Just ridiculous.
he almost died to that.
I mean, yeah.
That is absolutely
How many?
absurd.
I'd love the observers to click on Shyvana so we can check the Dark Harvest stacks because they are doing a lot of damage.
That was wow. Okay, Shyvana is definitely online right now, even though her item is pretty bad. She's still super strong right now. She should have gone for the stack item, Mage Eyes, of course.
Yeah, Mage Eyes.
I think Mage Eyes would have been a better item here instead of completing the Morelos.
He does have the Dark Seal.
Hail Mary Baron.
Yep, this is absolutely the Hail Mary play. DNK is here, does not have ability to get into the dragon form. Obviously, the cooldown is only reduced, but B, ooh, wow, they managed to disengage away from Aphelios.
No flash from DNK.
Yeah, he's got a blast cone though. He's got a blast cone.
Oh, that's true.
He can go over. The health bar is getting low. Parquet uses the...
no.
Oh no, it's been stolen. It's all going wrong. He gets into dragon form. EVOS looking at this and saying, what do we do? Oh my word, they've lost 3 players. Do they know they're in the bush? Oh no. This is collapsing here.
I have no idea why they want
and the teleport
as
well. Okay.
Parquet turned it around.
He will randomly get 1 kill, but it is unfortunately still a lot of players to get through. The Obliterates and the Death's Grasp come in, and DNK just pushing the mid lane.
Yeah.
Team Secret looking hot.
DivKit got away. Yeah, but EVOS is just collapsing. I have no idea what happened. There's so many bad decisions taken for EVOS. First, they take a fight up for absolutely no reason. They could have just given away the dragon and waited for the scaling to kick in. I know you want to get to 4 dragons as fast as possible, but don't prioritize dragon over everything. And we saw that turn around the game a lot. And then this Baron, I mean, the attempt, fair enough, but do you go for the finish there? I don't think so.
Like, I think they just needed to hit the blast cone
Yeah,
before
yeah.
they went
Or
and
just
took
back
it.
off again. Like,
Yeah.
that was so risky. Also against DNK with a level lead in the jump. It wasn't
Can I suggest
60-40.
something that would be very scary? I don't think we'll see it because I don't think the game will go long enough. Shyvana with 4 Cloud Drakes and Cloud Soul.
Yeah.
That is a terrifying prospect. I don't think we'll get there because I don't think this game will last.
She'll get another one now.
Yeah.
Shyvana was actually one of the champs that benefited from the old cooldown reduce. I think she got changed a little bit. She still doesn't quite get 10% because her old works a little bit differently, right? You need to stack up your rage or whatever it's called, fury.
Fury, rage, whichever one. Angie points.
Yeah, exactly. The dragon needs to be angry to get to transform into real dragon. But yeah, now 2 dragons, so 10, finally 10 resistances secured for her, and it looks very much like TS will be able to lock down this kill and win the series, even though, I mean, it looked like EVOS stomped them in the last game, but it's a new game. You never know what happens.
I mean, Team Secret, then it's in the name. The secret is the Shyvana. As DNK has gone into dragon form, the first E will be blocked by B. Very well done. If they can just push this in,
Look at the damage. EVOS can't do anything here.
Look at all the damage. It's just absurd.
It's very rough.
How do they push into this?
So Baron is gone.
They can't engage into this Shyvana. No. They just can't do it.
There's a lot of wave clear as well, so Secret might actually just keep on pushing, even though Baron is gone for them. Next Baron will be up in around 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. So very easy path to victory right now. I don't really see any way game efficiently to the late game where they might have. Right now, it looks very much like Secret should be able to easily lock down the skill. Also, look at the damage from Celebrity already.
Yeah,
he is very ridiculous. Strong. Yeah, right now the Secret can just overwhelm the enemy team with damage. You have the AP Shyvana who's pretty much one-shotting the backline, and then you have Aphelios, and even the Karma is still dealing a lot of damage. So
Hani with the perfect supportive mid laner KDA. It has 100% kill participation on this Karma. Yeah. 009, perfect. Perfect game by Hani. What we love to see.
Yeah, it's good to see him being able to not die and just. I mean, he fell behind in CS, but who cares, right? If
Karma,
Shyvana, you want to give up a few CS to the Shyvana. She scales a little bit more than Karma. Karma needs 1-2 items, and then she actually doesn't really need any more items. You have already secured level 14, so it would be nice to get to level 16 to get an even better shield, but it's not that important. It's better for him to just give over the experience to Celebrity, to give him even more HP and base attack speed, and everything the Aphelios can get from items as well. So
yeah, it's I think this is a really, really good game plan here by Secret. They have just been absolutely choking EVOS out. EVOS has made a few mistakes, but you got to catch the throw.
Absolutely.
Secret's got big hands this game. Haven't let these. I mean,
it's still triple AP topside, and usually I absolutely hate triple AP topside, right? And I'm questioning this draft. I think EVOS' draft is still better, but they got through the early game and didn't actually try to attempt any big ganks, Secret that is. They just waited for the teamfight phase, and then the one crucial teamfight into one big Baron throw for EVOS was enough to break the game open.
just cops 1.5 E's and he has to go back.
Yeah.
They just walk into this in here. But how does EVOS stop this?
Oh,
the Ash Arrow comes in, does hit onto Hani, but he's got a lantern at his feet. He's going to get suplexed.
Might be the last-ditch effort here for
this
EVOS.
is going to be the last-ditch fight, I think, absolutely, and it's not going well. The Wallets are doing a lot, and down rains the Calibrums, and...
I don't think Divkit has hit one single auto attack in that team.
Nope.
I don't think he did anything. Away.
And we had what was the first game? 50-something minutes, or was it late 40s?
No, it was more than 50.
Yeah, I thought so. And then Team Secret coming back and looking very, very good. This third game, they should be able to finish this out. I don't think there's really much EVOS can do. Maybe? They might back off. I think they just play it safe here. Back off, win on the next one.
That's fair. I mean, I still don't really understand why I even tried to fight there. There was actually no reason to fight there. I think it was once again ill-advised. They gave up even more kills, even more control, and now 2 inhibitors down. This should just be a very easy victory march for Team Secret. Another Baron will spawn soon, and then you have your close to the soul as well, with the third Cloud Drake spawning as well.
I would be very disappointed if we see Soul. Game does absolutely not have to last that long.
No, you shouldn't see Soul. I agree. Yeah.
This is
so 3 items for Parquet. He's level 16. If anything can save EVOS here, it is Parquet. He is quite strong right now. Still far away from ultra late game status, but he's level 16. So maybe, just maybe, he'll be able to turn around this game and do something. Sadly for him, there's no follow-up damage whatsoever. We have full tank top lane set. We have an Ashe that could just be AFK as well. She's not doing anything here.
Thorn not looking great on his J4.
Nope.
For the first time.
He is not.
A bit of a damage check at Baron, decided not to do it. And they did, regardless of the fact that everyone was topside, they still get that. Set is caught out, the Graviton ult. He goes for the suplex, doesn't get over the wall though, and will be cleaned up. And now they're pushing in on the last lane that has a tower.
Tank set, very strong.
I mean, quote-unquote tank. He has a QSS and a Tiamat.
What is the QSS doing in this inventory? Please explain.
He needs to get out of the Death Realm because he'll die.
I mean, but this way he dies to everyone else. So
yeah, I don't think it's correct. I just think that's his logic.
Probably, yeah. So another Baron picked up a secret, no contest whatsoever. So now EVOS needs to pick the fight on the next inhibitor, but I don't see them winning anything on this fight. It really is on Parquet to do anything. I don't even think Parquet has enough damage to do something here. So yeah, no QSS either. He luckily sits on the effect there to deter the Death Realm immediately. So at least that's something to look out for the Secret to not just roll over them immediately.
I think there is
unlikely. I'm just grasping at straws.
Oh yeah, I mean you've got to, right? You've got to look for the 1%ers here for EVOS to get back in this game. I mean, look, I was critical on Loki, but it's a new org now. Can I be a Team Secret fan? Secret,
why not?
Secret.
Yeah.
If you send me a jersey, I'll wear it on every cast.
Yeah, they look great on this series. And even though they don't have their main lineup, right? It's quite impressive.
Ooh,
they're
Ashe
able to
ult sails through.
Look at Celebrity's damage. 100% crit already. He's
quietly
activated. Actually.
Oh, Div Kid taking so much damage from the E.
It's so bad to play against the fat AP Shyvana. You can't even approach her.
It's a bad time. And this will be the last stand of the EVOS.
Is dead already.
Can they find anything? Yup, Div Kid is basically dead. Hani does go down. His perfect score is ruined, but it's not going to matter very much as Coated holding that front line. The suplex doesn't even land as Celebrity will take him down. Venus flashing forward to look for some KDA hooks and does get one. Parquet goes down. And Secret winning the series against EVOS. Game 3, very, very convincing.
Yeah. So we had one super close game and 2 stomps to either team. So in the end, actually, serious kind of. Both teams had good chances of winning the first game. In the end, Secret profited from a big throw for EVOS, and Secret wins the series, even without the mid laner. So great look for them. It was very hard to know where they stood on the standings. We both said, okay, EVOS seems like they are a little bit better, but now, after the 2-1, definitely looks like the slightly better team is Secret.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
Also great for the organization, right? Coming in series of the season is victory.
Yeah, absolutely. What a start. There was a little bit of a worry, especially in the preseason, because we knew that there was trouble in the low-key camp. And, I mean, Team Secret picking them up was the worst kept secret, funnily enough.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a very badly kept secret. So we thought there might be a bit of turmoil internally, but it doesn't look like it, as they come in and win fairly convincingly against a team of a similar caliber to them. Looking like they could challenge for playoffs. They could totally take the 4th spot.
I think maybe even higher, to be
maybe
honest.
3rd.
Now in 3-1. And there are 4 teams looking at players. We have Gum, Flash, probably DBL, and Secret potentially. So yeah, I'm quite surprised by how good they looked in the last game, especially without Artifact, who is the strongest player on the roster, in my opinion at least. And he was ill, and they still won. And I really like the strategy they came in with. They put Hani on very interesting champs that kind of avoid laning phase, right? They had Pantheon, who just roams all the time. It's a super easy laning phase to play. Then they had Rumble, who just handshakes lane. Now in the 3rd game, just Karma and give over the CS in the later stages of the game to your jungler and just support from the backline. So
I think that makes
credit
total
to
sense.
the coaching staff.
Yeah, I think that makes absolute sense. He's obviously not a mid laner. He's come in because of an unfortunate situation. So stick him on the stuff that he doesn't have to have the huge knowledge of mid lane. Fairly easy stuff. Overall.
He played great. A great series.
He did. He was very, very good. So the question to ask is, Game 3, MVP?
Has to be Shyvana, right?
Yeah.
I think so. A great Aphelios game as well for Celebrity. We sized them. Of course, I am very, very critical of Celebrity because he's a little bit of the non-auto attack ADC who just stands behind. He's a little bit of a KDA player sometimes as well. But this was a great game, very assertive as well with his positioning on behind the Shyvana. He had a great front line and followed up with good Moonlight Vigils and great AoE damage on the team fights. So shout out to Celebrity, but it has to be Shyvana
I think
getting the MVP here.
It definitely does, in my opinion. DNK bouncing back after a rough start to the series. To come back.
Yeah.
Overall, Sorn apparently can lose games on Jarvan. I wasn't 100%
outperforming Sorn on the Jarvan after getting stomped in game 2. So
yeah. So
Shyvana is still on 100% win rate. So we were worried about the win rate here.
Levi is apparently
sketchy draft, but there we go.
I mean, sketchy or a secret weapon. They're now named Team Secret, so maybe they just have hundreds of them. But with that, we are at the end of our first series of the night. So we will be going into what I think we've marked as our match of the week. The next one, EVL taking on Flash. We're going to have a lot to say about that one, I believe, but we will see you in a little bit. I will be having to take the stream down for just a moment to fix things. But we'll see you. It's probably about 25 minutes, maybe a bit less because it's a long series. Find out. And thanks for tuning in, guys. We'd love to have you. We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, stay tuned. Best series potentially of the week coming up.
Absolutely.